Fury, what it do, brother? Welcome, 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 y'all. I was about to say, what the hell was I about to say? Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a list of commands for y'all to jump into and use for Nightbot. I'm gonna have y'all let y'all abuse Nightbot for a little bit. Peanut drop some suggestions inside the Discord that I've implemented for the commands and shit. Like you can literally exclamation point hug. Like for example, I could do some shit like this, right? Yeah, and then I could like tag anybody. I could do some shit like that. Y'all should be able to have a command like that to where y'all could exclamation point hug, and then tag whoever y'all wanna like give a hug to. We got damn. All right, give me a list. I'm gonna put an instruction list in there. YouTube ain't pop up yet? Your girl love fats. What it do, Jessica? What it do, y'all? And YouTube ain't even pop up yet. YouTube playing games. All right. All right, let's get back on track. What it do, everybody? YouTube should be popping up in the chats. Yeah, something like that. We're gonna have a little bit of I'm gonna figure that part out, and I'm gonna lay the list out for y'all so y'all can lock in with that. IBO, what it do? Jessica, your girl love fats. What it do? Brad, what it do? All right, we about to lock in. Yeah, I'm gonna allow y'all to be using certain commands and stuff. So it spices up the live a little bit. In a way. Shit, what it do, brother, man? All right, we about to lock the fuck in, y'all. All right, all right. If anybody want to join in on the Discord, I have a list of commands that y'all can use as well. Let me show y'all real quick. All right, damn, hold on. Move this over. Take this out. All right. So we have a few commands that y'all can use and play around with and shit like that. W Peanut for the recommendation as well. Y'all can do certain stuff like this, like hashtag hug someone in the chat. You can pass the za to someone in the chat. You could throw popcorn at someone in the chat. You could call the cops on someone. And I have another one. It's a bong rip. You could request a bong rip from somebody. Let me fix that one real quick. You do bong rip. How the fuck can I edit this? I can't. Enter to save. Oh, I can edit it right here. All right. And then we got a bong rip one. Fuck is it at? What? Oh, because I keep pressing enter. Okay, my dumb ass. Bong rip. All right, bong. Perfect. All right, that'll work. I not Dark Fairy. I not. I gotta get my bowl ready now. Hold on now. Nah, see, that's lit. I love y'all, man. I appreciate that y'all locking in with that. W Peanut for the recommendation for that as well. I did not know you can do like little stuff like that, so I'm gonna start implementing a little more stuff. Is it raining over here? No, it's high ass winds though. Like the winds are very, very high. All right, we about to lock in. Yeah, y'all could definitely yep. Y'all figure that out. Y'all want to tap into the Discord, y'all can. I'm gonna try and drop it inside the Instagram group chat as well, so y'all can just save them commands in there and shit. It been raining heavy. I think it probably passed me already, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I got a little bit of a coldness in the back of my pause in the back of my throat, so I'm gonna be sipping on this tea, y'all. I'm about to load up this bong. We about to get this Zah ready and all that, and we about to lock in.
Take that off. No, I can't take.
This looks so fucking fake, but it's not. So we gonna lock in. Then I'm about to start without starting the YouTube up. I mean the Facebook. Ooh, so we do that. Boom. Only person that don't have commands is Facebook. Ha 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 ha. All right, let's lock it in. So many notifications. It's hard to stop the notifications. Yeah, I've been moving out in and outside the weird weatherness, so I got a little cold, y'all. I think I got a little cold. I don't know. I might be sneezing here and there. Erica, what it do? Jessica, what it do? All right. Let's lock the fuck in. Let's get a bong rip in real quick, though. Let's get a bong rip in real quick before we start off. We start this stream off nice. Open the lungs up real nice, y'all. Let's get right. What it do, YouTube? Welcome to Hip Hop World. It's your boy Poppa Benji. We're back with another visual today, y'all. I know these visuals get very critical. Without further ado, God is good, and God bless you all with the most positivity and prosperity in your aura. Make sure I take the time out to subscribe and join that membership family. Grab some Zah, some popcorn, whatever y'all need to relax, and let's get it going, man.
Take that off.
No, I can't take it. This is your house. I understand. I'm very sorry I came in.
What the hell are you doing in my house?
This is the final moments of 54-year-old Terry Lynn Collins, captured on camera by her own daughters. A masked intruder, armed with an arsenal of weapons, has just forced his way into their home. For a brief moment, it looks like Terry Lynn might drive him out. But within seconds, this ordinary night becomes the family's worst nightmare.
Damn, what the hell?
Around midnight, going into October 3rd, 2017, 18-year-old Alexa Collins and her best friend since childhood, Larissa, were enjoying a night in the trailer they shared on Alexa's family property in rural Concho, Arizona. Very suddenly, their night took a dramatic turn. A figure in a ski mask, carrying 3 knives and a hockey stick, burst through the unlocked back door and began to demand the keys to Larissa's car. In a panic, Alexa texted her mother, Terry Lynn, who was in the main home on the property just a few feet away. It was no surprise to anyone that the dedicated mother raced to her daughter's rescue in only a matter of seconds. Terry Lynn barged inside with a gun. She forced the burglar to lay his weapons on the table, reprimanded him for his behavior, and demanded he stay in place until the police arrived, but the burglar refused. Fearing for her daughter and Larissa's safety, Terry Lynn yelled at the young girls to run. As they sped away from the home, a heartbreaking noise nearly stopped them in their tracks. A single gunshot exploded behind them.
Damn.
And they had no idea who fired it.
Damn.
They also had no idea that Ernest, Terry Lynn's husband, who was away at work, was calling 911 as they fled for their lives.
That's crazy.
He had been
46.
on the phone with Terry Lynn throughout the entire encounter, and he was wasting no time getting her help. When an officer rushes to the address provided in the 911 call, he doesn't know what's awaiting him in the darkness. But the wide open door is an ominous sign, and what's inside is even worse.
Got an open door. Sheriff's
Saying like
office.
funny as hell. I gotta pop me some popcorn.
Patch 23-582, we had a female with a head wound. Sheriff's office, coming out to the sound of my voice with your hands up. We have a 101 with a gunshot wound to the face. It's unknown where the male suspect is. He's possibly armed. Start waking up some more people and getting some more units out here. Start calling District 1.
The lone arriving officer is at a standstill. Without the ability to search the house and surrounding property, he has no way of confirming that the murderer isn't lurking around waiting to strike yet again. About 5 minutes later, backup arrives, but that doesn't alleviate the problem at hand. They still have to clear the dense woods behind the property.
Did you see anybody leave the residence? Did you see anybody leave? Okay.
Are the Oscars on today?
Go back inside, lock the door. Suspect's at large. We don't know where he's at. Nobody knows. She's 901.
I don't know. Come.
That shit crazy, yo.
I would say yes. She took one right between the eyes.
Because so many family members live on the property in their own
Damn, that shit crazy. He face tapped her. Damn, that shit was close and personal.
homes, officers have their hands full. They have to clear the space and make sure everyone is safe with an unknown killer lurking in the shadows. But to do that, they have to first talk to the witnesses of the crime and find out who exactly they're looking for. First, that means talking to Alexa, the daughter of Terry Lynn, the woman that they've just discovered dead.
Which one's the most calm? Because we need to start finding out what the guy looked like and stuff to get a description.
Unfortunately, we have to ask for daughter.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Which one of the daughters is most?
No, one is daughter.
Oh.
One's a roommate. Ladies, hang up your phone. Hang up your phones. This is the daughter.
Can I talk to
They
you?
want to talk to you, honey. You can do it.
I can't answer any questions right now. I need to ask you some questions because we need the description of the guy so we can start trying to locate him. Okay?
5'6", white, hazel eyes. About
Yes, sir,
19.
Bando.
He said he was younger, but I'm not sure.
Go into another room until we're done because I want to get separate things. Is he husky build, thin build, what?
Scrawny.
So, what exactly happened? How did this start?
Well, I was in bed.
Okay.
And then
Which bedroom is yours?
the one next to the living room, next to the couch.
Okay.
Can I just ask if she's alive?
I can't answer any questions. I need you to answer mine.
Please. She's not.
No.
Hockey stick and 3
I'm
knives.
sorry.
Diabolical.
Okay.
So I was in bed, and I thought it was my brother who came in, and Because he had like a deeper voice, but kind of like screechy. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
God. So, like, I see a figure walk into my room because I wasn't asleep, and he kind of just left, and then he was threatening Larissa, and, I knew I should have called 911, but I didn't. I got out of bed and kind of just did the tough guy act and told him to leave, and...
When he threatened Larissa, what did he say?
Well, he had a couple knives, and he says that I'll hit you or I'll stab you.
Larissa's retelling of events that follow paint an even clearer picture of the terror that these two young women experienced.
But before we continue, a quick word from today's sponsor.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
He walked in through the back door, and I thought it was the brother, but he had like a knife and a hockey stick, so I got really confused, and then he told me to sit down, and then
That's crazy, Jessica.
He's like, I wanted to wake her up, and he's like, do you have a roommate? And I'm like, yes. And so I kept saying her name. I kept saying Alexa. And then she walked in, and she's like, you need to leave. And he wouldn't listen, and he kept like taking the knife out and everything. And I kept telling him to put it away. And he's like, no. And he like refused.
How did Mom show up?
I texted my dad when he walked in, I texted my dad right away. And then he took my phone away.
Okay.
And so I couldn't text
God
him
bless
anymore,
you,
so
pal.
he called Terry Lynn.
So Terry Lynn came over?
Yeah, she
what
like
happened?
stood outside the door and she listened to him for a little bit, and then she walked in with the gun. And he's like, did you call her? And I'm like, no, I didn't call her. Because he thought I still had my phone.
Okay. So she walks in with a gun. What happens then?
Thanks to one of the girls who bravely and smartly recorded part of the confrontation on their cell phone, we know exactly what happened next.
This sponsor crazy.
Just to leave.
Get that off of there.
No, I'm not gonna put...
Then what the fuck are you doing in my house?
Oh, get out, okay? Just don't shoot me.
Then get out. Get out.
How the fuck did this happen, though?
Take that off.
No,
Now,
I can't take it off. It's my right to conceal my identity.
This is my right for
This
me.
is your house. I understand. I'm very
Yes.
sorry I came in
What
here.
the hell are you doing in my house?
He wanted
I
to
just
take our
need
cars.
a ride. I just need
You're
to
gonna take
ride
their
out
cars.
of here. At first, I thought
Nobody called the police?
I would just borrow the car and leave it in Phoenix at a parking garage
Oh, I
so
don't.
they could get it.
I don't think
But
so.
I know.
That's what I said.
They disagreed too. So they were saying that they would give me a ride. No, don't call the cops. Please don't call the cops. Okay, I'm leaving.
No, you are not.
I'll go out the back door.
No,
Leave.
no. No.
What the
Please
fuck?
just let
No,
me go,
no.
okay? No.
You picked the wrong fucking house, buddy boy.
Did you already dial?
Yes, I did.
Okay, you dialed.
You better be thinking what you're gonna do. Telling these girls you've got a knife in your side pocket. Excuse me?
Already
You
hit
were
me.
using voice dot? You were using voice type?
No, I'm standing outside listening to you.
What the fuck is going on?
You know she lives next door.
Right next door, yeah, I know.
Then you better leave.
Come on, put the
You
phone away,
better
please.
leave.
This some movie shit.
Look, I did not want any trouble. I just want to leave.
No.
Can I leave now?
No.
Please, just let me leave.
Tell me why you're here.
I just wanted a ride, that's it.
Tell me why you are here.
With the pieces of the puzzle filled in and a suspect to be on the lookout for, officers are obligated to handle yet another heartbreaking, terrifying
She
task.
acting like she drunk.
Waking up the 14-year-old son of Terry Lynn on the property, who has no idea what's happened.
Damn.
Liam.
Ain't that fucked up?
Liam. My name's Deputy Dodd from the Sheriff's Office. I need you
Wait. This man was asleep when a gunshot rang off? What the
to
fuck?
come with me right now. Come with me now. Grab a shirt, put some clothes on. We'll explain more in a minute. I need you to come with me right now. Alright, toss them on real quick. Let's go.
Brody was too comfortable in their house. Brody was acting like he been in their house already. I ain't even gonna lie.
We'll explain everything here in a minute.
At trial, Liam testified that as soon as he asked where his mother was, he knew she was dead. According to him,
crazy.
the deputy avoided eye contact with him, and the sickening feeling inside him continued to grow.
Sheriff's office.
He said it was sheriff's office. All right, Amy. Come on in, honey. Your sister's
The tragic night is coming together in bits and pieces for the innocent family. But finally, after hours of confusion, they're together. Cops then transport everyone to the station, where Terry Lynn's husband, Ernest Collins, meets up with the children and police. Though he was hundreds of miles away, he wasn't saved from the horror of what happened at the home that he planned to retire at with his wife of 21 years.
Damn.
If you recall, during the fatal encounter, he was on the phone with her. At the station, he tells the police what he heard.
He said, okay, I'll walk out the back.
Where'd you fucking shoot that cocksucker? That's right. I was yelling, shoot that motherfucker, shoot him. She couldn't hear me. Alexa had the phone. Do what? Alexa had the phone. They woke Connor up. He didn't know. He was asleep.
Damn, bro. That's a fucked up situation.
5'6". I do not know. He should be back. If not, I can relay that to him. I don't even know how I know that. Black ski mask. It's a short ass dude.
Brody had to get the firearm out of her hands and attack her in a way.
Detectives take Ernest into an interrogation room for questioning. They largely allow him to lead the discussion. Often, law enforcement will do this to help victims feel in more control of the horrific situation that they found themselves in. In this case especially, it is clear that Ernest wants the perpetrator caught even more than law enforcement does.
First off, I seem sorry for your loss. Thank you. What do you know about it?
My wife called. I couldn't speak with her, but I could hear what was going on.
What'd you hear?
I heard my wife telling someone that he needed to step the fuck back or she was going to shoot him. And this guy was screaming, go ahead and shoot me. If you're going to shoot me in the head. And it went back and forth. I called my neighbor, Barbara Jones, at 12:27 and asked her if she could have her husband immediately go over to the house to try to assist Terry Lynn. At 12, she said that she would see what she could do. At 12:35, I called the Apache County Police or the Sheriff's Office and asked that deputies be dispatched to my house. At some point during the conversation, I heard a scuffle. I heard my wife yell, run girls, run to Barbara's, and apparently Alexa had the phone in her hand, and I didn't hear anything after that until they got over to Barbara's, and my daughter was crying and screaming hysterically and had said that she heard a gunshot.
It's crazy, bro.
And then after that, it was just trying to get a hold of someone who could tell me what was going on and where my wife was.
How'd you get up here?
My friend has a private plane. I called him immediately and said, something's happened. I need to get up there. And he said, I will fly you. And we met over Falcon Field in Mesa and flew out. Nobody would tell me what was going on. And when we landed, we got to the Sholo airport, and I called multiple times to the sheriff's office, to my neighbor, and finally my neighbor said, she's gone. I'm sorry. And someone's coming to get you.
Usually do that face to face. That's why
Yeah.
unfortunately, it doesn't work that way all the time. So.
He had a black ski mask on, I was told,
right.
or I could hear Terry Lynn.
Erica, hush it, y'all right.
He was a kid. He was a younger guy. He was saying stupid shit like, I just needed a ride. I was just trying to find a ride. And Terry Lynn was saying, you were trying to find a fucking ride with a goddamn ski mask and knives on you? Can I take this?
Sure.
Nigga, that's your ringtone? What the fuck?
Terry Lynn's been killed, dude. She's been killed. An intruder came into the house up north into Alexa's house. Alexa texted her mom, apparently, and said there was an intruder. So Terry Lynn grabbed a gun and went over and confronted him and was holding him at gunpoint and the police were on their way, but before they could get there, apparently he lunged at her and wrestled for the gun and shot her. I know, dude. I know.
The officer gives him time to connect with a loved one over the tragedy that has just occurred. While he only heard bits and pieces of the confrontation, Alexa unfortunately witnessed much more. Detectives bring the mourning daughter in for questioning, hopeful that the time that has lapsed has allowed her to recall more details that were initially hard to come up with her adrenaline pounding during the first time they questioned her, which was about 4 hours ago at this point.
He comes in, at what point were you
So I kind of drifted off. I saw a shadowy figure coming to my room, and I thought it was Connor, my brother, because they have the same kind of voice. And then he checked back again, and I was like, that's a little odd. So then I recognized that he was kind of threatening and wanting things from Larissa. My brother would not do that, obviously. And so I got up and I put my phone in my right here. And I walked out. He said, "Give me your car keys." And I said no. And then that repeated, and then I sat down. I also said no. Because then that gives him the free will to do whatever he wants in my house. I asked him to leave many, many times. He said no. Gave me a sob story that he's been living out in the woods for like 5 years, or 4 years, and that he left his parents' house at the age of 15. And
it's your fault.
The knives were his dad's. He's been living out. He doesn't have a home, no car. Locked, I guess.
Did he seem familiar to you anyway? Anybody you reckon? Okay.
Larissa just moved up here a couple months ago, so
okay.
We don't know very many people in general.
Okay.
And then, asked him to leave, kept going for a little while, and then I got his attention mostly on me so that Larissa could grab her phone. I didn't know what she was going to do, but she texted her dad, and her dad called my mom, and my mom came over with a gun, pointed it at him, and he was like, whoa, 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 no need for that. And then he was just questioning what the gun was, buying himself some time.
She looked like she eat rocks.
I guess.
She looked like she eat hella rocks.
Like, just like, oh, I don't know. Doing whatever. And then I called 911. told him about the intruder. At that point, he had his hockey stick on, but he still had his knives on his side. A little while later, my mom told him to take them off. He put them on the ground, and I put them on the table. Then a little while after that, we were just waiting for you guys to come. I guess he got a little reckless and went for the gun when my mom wasn't really very aware. They struggled, my mom started screaming and then told us to run. So her and I went back out the back door, no shoes on. And
movie shit.
When we made it halfway across between...
Did you close the back door?
When we made it halfway, I heard a gunshot. And I looked back and I saw a figure in the window moving. I'm not sure who it was because I saw a lot of white. And he was wearing a ski mask.
Is there anything you can think of that I haven't asked?
Oh yeah, Erica, this is the daughter.
He has a scar on his elbow.
Okay.
It's his right elbow. It's about yay big.
3 inches or so?
Maybe. From a motorcycle accident. I don't know why he told me this much about himself. I really didn't want him in my house. Let alone kill my mom. He had kind of bigger lips. They weren't thin. Because since you're wearing a ski mask, it's one of the two things you see.
They kind of stick out.
Say something one more time, you gonna get tight.
He wasn't wearing hiking boots. It was more like sneakers, like Skechers sneakers. They were brown and black. He had blue jeans on. He had like a gray brown jacket.
I just feel like I'm just crazy. Like, why would you take that lady life? Why would you take that lady life? And you ain't even getting nothing out the shit. Not a lick of a cent.
The camera bandit around his neck. He had a hat in his back pocket. It's a black beanie. So if he were to change hats.
Alexa's insight provided law enforcement with exactly what they needed. Because, surprisingly, this isn't the first time that they've talked about the suspect or these outfits today. Earlier, 14-year-old Joshua Cade Richardson was reported missing by his mother.
Ooh-wee.
Sadly, she was really the only person who could report him missing because she was one of the very few people who even knew that he existed.
Ooh-wee.
Joshua hadn't attended school. His mother and his father, an ex-Marine, raised him off-grid, where he allegedly never learned to read or write.
What?
With the suspect's description
off-grid? What?
Matching Joshua, detectives knew that they were on the right track. After 2 days of searching, they were able to locate him in Show Low, Arizona, about 30 miles southwest of the scene of the crime.
I heard you touch my son. He was exhausted, honey. He had any sleep. Okay. He had something to eat. Okay. Are you full? Are you still hungry? Okay. You look like you need water.
That bear feral, that boy's feral.
Honey, you look exhausted.
Girl, get to the point.
Your whole family is here. Daddy's here, Kelsey's here, and I'm here. Okay, we love you very much. Okay, we love you very much.
It's time to get to the chase, ma'am.
Please believe me that. Have you had much sleep? Okay. Great.
You better not act like she care about this man.
Joshua,
Girl.
I understand that you probably don't know that you have rights. And I do not think it's within your best interest to answer any questions.
Oh my God.
Things.
You know he mad as fuck. Like, bitch, I should have kicked you out when I had the chance.
Until you have an attorney present, because those are your rights. Okay? And we're getting you one. You have one already. Okay? You have legal counsel, and that's going to be available to you. And we're
Hey, we said 2 minutes, lady. You talking for 5 minutes.
not going to answer questions or any of that until you have an attorney sitting here with you.
Now he bald as hell.
That is what you need to inform these gentlemen of. Because you have rights, and you're not aware of what they are. Do you understand?
We're going to vote on that. That's what I'm going to go. Yeah, so, Judge, why don't you go ahead and have a seat? Is that okay? So, like I mentioned...
You should have taught him about the law and how to read. Fuck is you talking about?
Josh, I'm sorry, remind me of your name. Elizabeth.
Yeah.
My name is Justin. I'm a forensic interviewer. Okay, I work with Family Advocacy Center. Okay, that's all my job is to do. I talk to boys and girls of all age groups. Okay.
You say he need a hat? That's the reason why he balding, because he wearing too many hats.
I talk about things that may or may not have happened to them or things that may or may not have seen. And that's all we do is have a conversation about it, okay? However, given these circumstances and how everything's happened, we do have to read just some things. You all mentioned about some of the rights and things like that, right? This gentleman, he's going to read them to you, and we're going to break them down so that we 100% understand it, okay? And if you have any questions at any point, we're going to read everything to you. But if you have any questions at any point, ask us, okay? Or ask him, and he'll happily tell you, okay, what everything means.
Forensic interviewers are professionals whose sole job is child advocacy. Usually that means providing children who have been the victims of or witnesses of serious crimes with a safe, trauma-informed space where they can talk. Normally, they're the bridge between the scary legal process and scared, innocent children. In this case, however, the forensic interviewer's role is being tested. Now he is serving as the bridge between the legal process and a 14-year-old killer.
Do you want to have your parents or guardian present during the questioning? Yes. Okay. Do you agree? Do you agree to give up these rights and talk with us?
What?
So let me tell you real quick.
What?
No, let me talk for a second. Okay?
Sure.
This is a forensic interview. This is an interrogation. Okay, I'm not going to be asking direct questions.
That's okay.
These just open.
He's going to talk about this with an attorney present, as his rights have been.
Okay.
And so the answer to that last question, I think we should re-review that.
Okay.
Listen to the question.
Okay. Do you agree to give up these rights and talk with us? Do you want to talk right now, or do you want to wait for an attorney? Wait for an attorney. Okay. And so I understand you guys have an attorney.
Mama got that man shaking up.
And who is that?
Cindy Castillo.
Okay, can you call her?
Right now?
Sure. Yeah, and let her know we would like to do a forensic interview with Josh. I'm sorry, are you finished? I just have a couple. Yeah, I'm sorry, let him.
She's right on text here. See? Here we go.
What's today's date right now? Now it is October 5th.
Fuck that. If he killed that lady, he did it.
I'm 22.
Thank you for taking my call. I've informed Joshua of his rights, and the forensic investigator is, interviewer is asking that I found you.
Because he invoked his rights.
Because he invoked his rights. So, do I need to hand the phone over to him or to put it on speaker? What?
They need to do anything else with them. All the
investigation should cease at this point. Okay, I have you on speaker allowed here in the room, so all questioning should cease at this point.
Hi, my name is Justin Motter. I'm a forensic interviewer for the Show Family Advocacy Center. Hi, we read Joshua his right from Miranda in the juvenile version, simply due to the fact that he's in our the police custody now. And so he looked right to have an attorney present, which is why I suggested them call you. So it's up to you. I don't know if you go ahead.
So unfortunately, because I am in Maricopa County, I would not be able to get down there until sometime tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I would want to talk to him before we would agree to any type of interview. And then I'm not sure if this is still an issue, but it sounded to me like there may be some dehydration issues for Joshua, and I'm not sure if you can facilitate just ensuring that he has been evaluated medically for that purpose.
Yeah, I'm sorry not to interrupt you, but I know the sergeant that contacted Josh, they bought him a whole pizza, right?
Oh,
and
man.
they got him soda, and we've all asked him a million times if he wanted any water or
You want some popcorn?
anything. He's denied everything, but yeah.
I'm gonna pop some.
whatever
I got
guys
you.
want,
I got
we
you.
really want to make sure everything's
got
okay
you.
with Josh. We're concerned with him as well, so.
Okay, and then is
This shit got me hooked a little bit.
any way possible I might be able to have
Got you,
a
Shauna.
private conversation with him?
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
then, what
I
it
can
do,
set that up in the
brother?
room, that's fine.
Unfortunately, Joshua's conversation with his attorney has been redacted from the footage that we received due to his age. However, it is clear that the conversation has made quite an impact on him.
That dirt on you, babe. Yeah. I'm sorry that this has happened, okay? But you heard what she said, okay? Just
Okay. So we're friends on the phone?
yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and step out then, and we'll.
At least mama keeping it positive. She keeping the positivity. Yeah, what it do?
The trial that followed this interrogation remains one of the most contentious in Arizona history. He claimed to have been repeatedly chained outside for trying to run away,
Oh,
and
shit.
to have had pins stuck underneath his fingernails for disobeying his parents.
What?
Ultimately, Joshua took a 12-year plea deal, adjusted for time already served. He is expected to be released by 2030, when he will be just 26 years old.
Oh, my goodness.
If you think this case was horrific, you need to check out my video on the poor dad who realized...
Man. Boy, oh boy, he done dragged us along the road, huh? He done dragged us along the road. Only 12 years is crazy as fuck, bro. Not even gonna lie. Brody almost put me to fucking sleep, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Brody almost put me to sleep, bro. Domino's customer, Pop's employee. Damn, what's up with all these fast food? These fast food issues. Domino's customer, Pop's employees after he snaps over a pizza order? Oh shit, y'all. Let's lock in. Yeah, that was literally nothing. I'm not gonna lie. The villain, yeah. That body cam was alright. I ain't gonna say it was the best one. That shit was alright. Type trash, but it was mid. You seen this one last night? W. Cody. Let's lock in with the blessing. What do you two? Welcome to Hip Hop with it's your boy Poppa Benji. We are back with another visual today, y'all. I know these visuals get very critical. Without further ado, God is good and God bless you all with the most positivity and prosperity in your aura. Make sure y'all take the time out to join that membership and subscribe, family. Got just some za, some popcorn, whatever y'all need to rock out, and let's get it going, family. Really appreciate y'all. W Unspoken Crime Murders, family.
Who shot?
Me.
Where at?
Put my bag.
Where at?
She shot here and she shot over there in her leg.
2 days before Christmas, police rush to a Domino's Pizza in Delwood, Missouri. Behind the building, they find 2 employees bleeding from gunshot wounds. Minutes earlier, someone had walked up to them, asked a single question, and opened fire. But the shooting didn't come out of nowhere. Earlier that same day, on December 23, 2023, officers had already been called to the same Domino's. A customer complaint had spiraled into a heated confrontation. According to the store manager, a woman called earlier about a problem with her order. She was given the corporate number, but that didn't end the dispute. The woman soon showed up at the store, along with her boyfriend. The argument quickly escalated. At one point, the woman crossed behind the counter and got into a physical fight with a store employee, according to reports and footage captured.
Yeah, these bitches ain't got jumped me. They came out or whatever and they jumped on me because I asked for a refund. I've been waiting for 6 days and I came up here and I asked him, where is my money? Because she just hung up on me when I called.
See, certain people don't be needing to eat pizza.
She jumped me, you know.
Nobody jumped her. It's a lady that just left who's an eyewitness. She called, right? She's talking about an order from last Thursday. I told her it was from last Thursday. I cannot look up my order from last Thursday. I gotta give you the number to the customer service. She over-talked to me, blah, 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 blah. I did disconnect the call. I don't have to sound shout while you out here. I already told you I can't go all the way back next week. I told you the problem. I told you the solution, what I can do for you. She pulls up here. So she get out the car at the window and shit, she swings on me. So you damn right. I'm finna swing back. You guys, anybody in here? She at the window, the man came in here, reached his arm in here at me first. So that's when I told him, y'all got me fucked up. Or whatever, because the man got out the car first with his phone. So y'all can't hear me, y'all can't hear us because y'all got the music playing. First off, nobody never said we can hear y'all. The bitch was mad because I said I can't go all the way back to last Thursday to get your order for you. This the lady right here who think the whole thing actually.
I'm sorry, I came back because she said my license plate number on there. I didn't want any issues because I just came up here to pick up a pizza. But this is the video.
Do you know who was the instigator?
You got video of it? She was the instigator. That's why I started recording it. Because at first, when they ran out there, my kids are in the car and they were in here and she came in here towards them with it. They told my kids to get out of here and all I see is my kids running into the car.
So you left your kids in the car by themselves? Oh yeah, you go sit to the side. Go step to the side, ma'am.
Petrified.
We gonna book you up
this
later.
lady's getting out her car about to fight this lady over pizza.
Her husband, so whoever the guy is had already reached through the window on me before this even happened. The guy had already reached through the window on me. They always do that. They come up here starting and then call the police on me. When y'all come up here fucking me, I'm at work on the clock.
They told us it was all juveniles.
No, that's a grown ass woman running up on her.
Holy shit.
Yeah, she slung me down, but got her ass beat.
Where is she?
Well, I called again today. No,
right.
I called them because corporate told me to call them. Okay, and it's clear what it says on the receipt.
That's the one who fought?
You know what's clear? The video
Here it
I just
is, right here. Yes, and what did it say?
It shows you assaulted her.
I assaulted her when she was the one who ran up on me. Not to mention, she was the one who came out of the store bothering me.
I just watched the video. You totally instigate the thing.
I instigated it. So what was happening when we were right here at the window?
Only video I see is right
Oh,
here.
so all you see is right here. But even though I was at the window, I came up and I asked for my money back. She was the one who was getting an attitude. Why would she be out here and allow me to do that if she wasn't the one who was instigating?
Girl, if it was 6 days, you know it'd take damn near 7 business days for that money to go back to the car. You know you could have waited another day. Like, come on, 7 to 14 days. What, you thought you was about to get cash and then still get your refund over some pizza? Girl, I would ban you from Domino's. You can eat rocks.
She was the one who walked around and walked up on me. Are you kidding me? So why is she out of the store walking up on me? If she's not instigating it, you tell me that. So I got my fist up because I'm ready to defend myself. Are you kidding? Huh? And then did you see the other girl jump in it and fucking hit me and kick me and shit? Yeah. Did you see that? Yeah. So you telling me they can assault me or run up on me, come out of the fucking store and run up on me, and they're not in the room? Let's go get our shit. We didn't start nothing. Okay. Come on.
Show them motherfucker around.
Yourself, because y'all ain't gonna do shit.
Well, we could arrest you both.
Oh, come on then. I'm ready to go. Take me.
Because you
Take
two
me.
assaulted her.
Oh, that's test. They hit him. That dude was hitting him out here.
I didn't touch nobody,
Are you kidding me? No. Come on, let's go.
Girl,
let's
you
go.
loud.
We don't need y'all. I knew not to
Why the fuck is she so loud?
The woman came up on me. I said, man, I don't
We
hit
should have
women.
handled it ourselves. Let's go.
I told
go.
you that, man.
Let's go.
I
Well,
ain't
you
hit
watch
nobody,
that
man.
video. You do what you need to do.
So
with
you
this
see me
fucking
and
video.
somebody?
Come on.
I saw you help her
You
hold her down.
I helped her get up. I pushed the girl
Let me.
off my woman. You ain't.
Come on.
He lying,
Come on.
man. You ain't seen me hit
They not
nobody,
gonna do
man.
nothing. That's why they ain't got no money. And we won't vote for any.
You say what?
You can leave.
I didn't actually see you hit it.
Okay,
Okay,
well,
so if I assaulted her or assaulted her, why didn't they call the police? Why didn't they call the police? Why didn't they call the police? If I was
You
assaulting
motherfucker right
them,
here, my girl, get off the
if
ground.
I was assaulting them, why didn't they call the police?
They did.
They did? That's a lie. That's a
But
lie.
I ain't hear shit she say. All I heard was police. 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 W sub there. Appreciate you.
Come on.
Give me your.
Just
You got a
come
code, man? You gonna threaten me with arrest, and I ain't put my hands on nobody.
Thank you. Thank
That
you.
ain't
Not
cool,
to mention
man.
they came
I
out
just
the
had my girl off
store
the,
and assaulted me. Came out of the store. And so it's okay for them to come out and be aggressive. That's what you're telling me.
That's assault,
Because
man.
I asked
So y'all
for my
didn't
money back, the money y'all paid
Jesus.
for pizza that they up, and I asked for my money back, and they get an attitude with me. And this bitch comes out the store and says, I'm gonna beat your ass. So I pull up, and I'm like, bring it, bitch, because I'm not afraid of you. You're not gonna threaten me and give me my fucking money. Are you kidding?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
There's more than one assault, man. They jumped on him, man.
Walk away.
I don't know. Are you kidding me? All I've been doing was sitting here waiting on them to be professional and give me my fucking money back. But that's okay. These bitches done started more than they can handle.
Okay,
We don't
so
need
when they
y'all
come
no
out
more.
the
Thank
store,
you.
All right.
Come on,
they jumped
Yuri.
on my girl. That's
Come
not
on, bye.
assault.
No, listen. Listen, we ain't got nothing else to say. We can wait on them
You
bitches
just
when
put
they
back.
get off.
Stop.
Go.
Stop, baby. Stop.
Good. Have a good evening.
Talk to the man,
No,
man.
let's go. We gonna handle this ourselves.
What time they close?
What time they close? Come on. Jump on me and y'all ain't gonna. Yuri, get in this car. Hey, come on and get in this car. We can take care of these bitches ourselves.
I got
They
his
ain't gonna do shit.
You got what?
I got his email, so I
Get in the car.
Okay.
Stop.
You ain't gotta do shit because I ain't got no motherfucking niggas. So I ain't worried about you. Bye.
Police arrived and separated everyone. No arrests were made. But before leaving, the
This is a fucking toxic ass situation, y'all. What the hell? He needs a Snickers.
woman uttered
she
the
needs a
words,
Snickers.
"We're going to handle this ourselves." And her boyfriend, later identified as Yuri Hall, asked one chilling question: what time do they close? These words sounded ordinary until a few hours later when dispatch received this 911 call.
Hello? 911 location of your emergency. Somebody got shot in my workplace. One person or how many? 2 people. 2 people?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who shot them?
I don't know. I think it was a drive-by.
A shooting had just
Ain't that
occurred
a
at the
bitch?
very Domino's officers left just hours earlier, and it wasn't looking good.
Who shot?
Me.
Where at?
Put my bag. I don't know where when he came, but
Okay.
he walked up on the side of us.
Go ahead and sit down right here. Go ahead and sit down. Who else shot? Just you?
No, she's in the back. No, I'm not. I don't even know what she said. She said something.
662. We got one female shot to the left side ribs.
What's your body job?
Where at?
She shot here and she shot over there in her leg.
Damn.
Okay. All right. 662. Second female shot in the leg and in the hand.
Damn.
She is secure. Did the person secure?
We don't know. I heard pops right here.
Lower left abdomen.
I've got these are clean from in here, but I don't know.
What do you think about the boat shooting?
That's affirmative. Domino.
Left arm.
10,486 West Florissant.
I
making all that noise?
Two subjects shot. One shot here, one shot in the back. Yeah, on the ground. Shot in the hand and shot in the leg. Okay, can I have you stand over here? Stand over here. Ambulance, you should be. Shot back here. Female shot in the leg and then bleed in the hand. Watch out, watch out. Please stand over there, guys. Please stand over there. Come over there.
They won't let us in.
Let me get past you.
But that's not what we're asking. We're asking where she is.
Damn. Everybody pulling up to see this lady. Domino's pizza. Nah, this Domino's, Taylor.
Back door. I'm assuming too.
If I have to press the exit, green button next to the door. Now right.
Can I see that? See if it's on.
Anything else out of the bags or anything?
Not right now.
Two women had been shot behind the building. Cameron Carter had been struck in the abdomen. Shania Brock was hit multiple times.
Patricia
in
said
the
he
hand,
pretended.
hip, and thigh. Both women were eventually rushed to the hospital, while officers began investigations and pieced evidence together at the scene.
So, what happened? What did you see?
Well, I was actually back here, just in the back of the store, and I heard pop, pop, pop right outside the door, and then they came tearing in, yelling, call the cops. She got shot.
Okay. So, that's his information. Get her, get her. She's gonna go. Which is a good thing.
3128.
Hold on. I got okay.
Shit is very, very strange.
Hey.
Shit is very, very, very strange.
That's what I'm about to do. Okay. I'm gonna go back because he said that they were outside in the back when the shooting happened.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I got back on the door, so okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
You're going good hands.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I got you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We need tape. I get the tape. All right.
He's right here. Gonna go to the crime scene. We'll probably gotta stop him.
Are we good up through here?
Yeah. I'm only seeing.
Hi, how are you?
Center County 3097.
We gotta look out for.
I'm only seeing these two right here.
Okay.
I got hers. I didn't get hers yet.
Get the transport. Get the other one in the front. Hurry up.
Well, there's two shell casings right here. I need to get hers.
Unless you want to start an IV. I was going to get two going.
Ma'am, do you have an ID? Do you have an ID?
It's in my book bag in the job.
Okay. All right. Do you have an ID?
It's in my book
Damn, is that a Boosie fade?
bag in the job.
That's a Boosie
Okay.
fade?
All right.
Get some IDs on you so that we can get some stuff to start helping out, okay?
You try and get another one.
2321
What's your first and last name, ma'am?
Maya, bro.
Spell that for me.
I'm about to get that popcorn in a second.
Doctors later determined Carter's wound was mostly superficial, but Brock's injuries were far more severe. One of the bullets destroyed her pinky finger. Despite their injuries, both victims were eventually able to tell investigators exactly what happened. The shooter had approached them while they were on a break behind the store. He was wearing a ski mask, but before firing, he asked a question: "Who jumped my girlfriend?" Moments later, he pulled out a handgun and fired about 5 shots. Both victims ran into the building as the gunfire erupted. Investigators later recovered multiple .40
That was some hoe shit. Who shot my girlfriend? 555? Crazy.
caliber shell casings and a bullet fragment from the scene. The victims quickly identified the shooter.
Oh,
It was the
dude.
same man from the earlier confrontation that afternoon, Yuri Hall.
Boy, you 54 years old, my boy. What the hell?
Investigators traced the suspect to a home in St. Louis County. When officers arrived, they found Hall inside his girlfriend's residence. He was taken into custody without incident. When detectives
Fucking goofy.
attempted to question him, Hall invoked his right to an attorney. But by that point, investigators already had strong evidence: witness statements, victim identifications, body camera footage from the earlier police call, and physical evidence from the scene. Prosecutors charged Hall with 2 counts of first-degree assault.
Damn, is he? Damn, that boy, one eye looking to the right, one eye looking to the left.
2 counts of armed criminal action and unlawful possession of a firearm, a charge made even more serious because Hall
Will
was
Smith
already a
level
convicted
crash out?
felon from a prior murder case. In November of 2025, a jury found him guilty. In January of 2026, a judge eventually sentenced him to 2 life sentences for the assaults, plus 3 additional years for armed criminal action. Under Missouri law, that life sentence equals 30 years, meaning Hall will serve 33 years in prison. He will not be eligible for release until he is 88 years old.
Boy, oh boy, he fucked himself up with that one. He fucked himself up with that one. Oh my God. What?
Eventually sentenced
2 life sentences for assault, my boy? That's crazy as hell. That's crazy as hell. All right, y'all. I got y'all. We ain't got too many ones on the itinerary. We just got this Midwest safety one. Let me warm up my popcorn real quick. Give me a second real quick. All right, Justin. I'm not gonna lie. The messages coming through fast as hell. I'm sorry if I can't catch them all at once. I'm trying to read them at the same time too and watch the video. I gotta lock in. I am a little smack, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, it gotta be me I think I'm catching a little cold, bro. Well, I think I already got a little cold, so I think I'm like reacting a little slow to shit right now. I'm not gonna lie. Boy, Cody said, "We see you, Justin." Nah, I see you, Justin. I got you, brother, man. We only got one more. We about to lock in this Midwest safety one. A 6.5 Lager? God damn! God damn, brother! All right, my bong dippers. Yeah, the weather changed. The weather changed crazy. It was springtime, and then it just snowed crazy, and then it's like it's warming up now again. And around them 2 days, I was cleaning up my shop and shit, so I don't usually go outside too much, you know, but that was the time where I'm moving back and forth. It's been a great stream. Appreciate you, Hush It. Appreciate your brother, man. The DMV is on steroids right now. What happened? What happened? They acting weird with the cars? Let's get this bond rip going on, family. I'm drinking tea. I'm drinking green tea right now. That's that popcorn, y'all. Honey lemon tea. A hot toddy. No, I ain't gonna lie. Honey lemon tea sound good as hell. Honey lemon tea sound good as hell. Yeah, your boy Tunnel is a little sore. Yeah, I'm definitely got a little cold. That shit making me function a little weird. I thought it was my allergies at first, but I don't know. Yeah, when I'm sicker, I be getting higher too. Yeah, the weather got me fucked up. Yeah, I felt like my allergies, but then again, I just gotta wait till this shit clear out, man. I've been taking Dayquil and NyQuil, y'all. So I've been trying to attack it early, so I don't be fucked up. But let's lock in, family. Yeah, sometimes I don't know, but I know when I had that funny feeling behind my throat. Pause. What do you two? Welcome to Hip Hop World. It's your boy Poppa Benji. You are back with another visual today. Y'all know these visuals get very critical. Without further ado, God is good. God bless you all with the most positivity and prosperity in your aura, man. Make sure I take the time out to join that membership and subscribe, family. Got some Zaz, some popcorn, whatever y'all need to relax, and let's get it going. Really appreciate y'all time, man. Blessings to you all. W Midwest Safety, family.
Ah!
following events occurred on August 8th, 2023 in Orlando, Florida, and have previously never been released to the public. The incident started when officers were called to the scene of a suspected hand-to-hand drug transaction in the parking lot near the police station.
Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Put your hands behind your back real quick. Just be in the tank. You got any weapons or anything on you?
Partner, come here. Come here. Car.
Got nothing.
Yeah, just relax. Put your hands behind your back. Relax. Put your hands behind your back.
We just saw you do a hand-to-hand, bro.
Right now you're doing chain.
For what?
Hey, don't pull away. Put your hands behind your back. Hey.
I got him. Come pursuit! Don't move! Don't move! Attack A9, going to the station. Don't move. You understand me?
I'm trying to remember when.
I'm not going anywhere now.
Get out of the car now.
I'm coming.
No, you're not.
Wait, stop reaching.
Stop reaching.
I'm coming.
Get out of the car.
Bro, I'm coming.
Get out of the car.
Bro, I'm coming, bro. Okay.
Oh! Oh, shit! God damn!
Officer Andy's body cam.
God damn! I ain't gonna lie, I did do a reaction to this one before. It's not this exact one from Midwest, but it was from a different channel. I think Police Activity.
Footage frame by frame shows the suspect pull out a firearm from his vehicle. He then begins firing at both officers, hitting both of them multiple times, causing Officer Andy to fall down on the ground. He then gets up and begins running to get cover from the suspect, who is still continuously firing shots at both him and the other officer.
Yeah, she got
Officer
hit.
Kaylee's body cam footage frame by frame shows her yelling in pain as soon as the first shot hits her. She runs for cover as she suffers a major arterial bleed, and her gun hand has been completely disabled.
Crazy.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Help me! Help! I'm shot!
Hit you too?
Get back in the car!
Bruh, dump that shit down, boy. Every round he had in that bitch. On soul.
Where you hit, bro? Where you hit? Give me light! Get this off. Let them know we need
Autocorrect, Erica.
Where's the key at?
Oh shit! Hey yo! Did he pull back up? What the fuck? Did this nigga ask where the key at?
Where's the key at?
What the fuck? The nigga said where the key at and started dumping again. What? Did he miss that shot? Bro, he had to miss that shot just now, bro. Ain't no way you got that close and still missed.
Are you good? Get on the ground. Stop, relax. I need OFD, Washington and Garland. Officer down. Where are they? Watch your back. I said, Coach, we need OFD.
You do, bro.
Train track.
You gotta better get the stream.
Track seal. Get a chance to you. Give me, I'm going.
W sub, J Smooth. God bless you, brother, man. You here now. Appreciate your family. He said he been locked on the YouTube. That's what's up, family.
Andy, come on, bro.
Blessings. W sub.
Hey, where are you hit? Where are you hit?
On the arm.
I'm hitting him on the arms.
Okay. Where's that?
Both your arms? Damn.
I got it.
I have one on my.
I got it. Let's go.
Legend has it. This nigga got a Warzone loadout.
Which one?
Left arm bumper.
Here, get all the way up. Breathe, Kaylee, breathe.
I have one on my stomach too.
Kaylee, breathe.
I have one on my stomach too.
All right, we have to actually get the dust up. Relax, Kaylee, breathe. Kaylee, breathe, okay? Okay, text it right here. Give me light. Right here, ready? Hold on. Stay with us, bro. Stay with us. Talk to me, bro. Are you hit anywhere else in the chest? Are you hit anywhere else, bro? In your arm? Which arm? Which arm? I'm right here.
Yeah, Erica, that was crazy, Erica.
Ready, go. Right there. Okay. It's on? Yeah, there's another one right here. Okay, hold on, no, we need to. He's over here. No, he's right here too. You're all right. Breathe from Kaylee. You're good. Kaylee, breathe, all right? You're good. Higher up than that.
I'm shot in the chest.
Hey, we got you.
I'm shot in the chest. Right side.
We got you.
They tapped her up. They whacked they ass and they ain't even getting no shots off. That shit crazy, right? They got hit and they ain't even send no shots.
Relax, okay? Kaylee, breathe.
Crazy.
Right, breathe.
Another channel for the officer down. Channel for the pursuit.
Where are you shot, Kaylee?
No, we have an officer shot. No time. 43.
Hey, I need another chest here, guys. Give me gauze. Gauze. Give me a security here. Give me security. Watch our back. We need an ambulance here immediately. Look, we need an ambulance here immediately. Where are you shot, Kaylee? Where? Right here in the stomach. Shut down. You get it down.
Right side of my chest.
We know the OFD.
Right side of my chest.
I'm not getting this in, bro. Shove it in. I can't even get this in right now. I can't get this in. Load him up. Get him up. Someone hold his neck. Push down on his neck. Here, someone grab his arm.
Hella shit going on.
Get in the car with him. Get in the car with him. Lay it out. Back up. Watch out. Hey, we need a chest deal.
Definitely, Dan. Definitely.
Candy, right here. Hey, chest deal on. Candy, listen to me. Right, Kaylee, breathe.
I'm breathing.
Put it on. Kaylee, breathe.
I'm breathing.
All right, Kaylee, breathe. Breathe in. Can you talk to me, Kaylee? Calm down back here.
Girl, they acting like she unconscious and shit. She's alert as fuck. I'm talking.
Hey, everybody calm down and start talking. Kaylee, can you hear me? Okay, tell me what you're feeling. Did you feel it just in your chest?
They tapped her up real nice.
Okay, where in your chest?
We're going.
Get up.
She has 3 gunshots in her stomach, a couple on her arms. We're transporting her to right now.
Man, switch the body cam. Officer down.
So they called for pursuit, and then I heard the shots right here. So I called it out.
Does anybody have an update on the pursuit?
About the visual on the pursuit, they put on emergency downtown. They're trying to gain eyes again. Things is open.
Whoever is currently on scene with the vest, can you guys get with Sergeant Greg with mission one over there and provide the BWC?
Two officers down.
I didn't want to touch it, so. Anybody got any gloves?
2 officers.
The body camera?
While both officers were critically injured and transported to the nearest hospital, the shooter was able to carjack a passerby's vehicle and flee the scene. A massive manhunt for the suspect then began overnight. Over the course of the next 10 hours, police were able to track the suspect down to a Holiday Inn hotel, roughly 10 miles away. A SWAT team was then deployed to apprehend him. After they clear the building, they ready explosive devices to blow the suspect's door open.
Oh yeah, I think this shit about to get crazy. This is where it get crazy.
You ready with that, man?
Yep.
Robot up.
Can you tell from here or no?
Start giving some commands.
Orlando Police!
Damn, my nigga.
I got your left side.
He's peeking. Orlando Police, put your hands out of the door now. Both hands.
Gas up. Start gassing up.
Both hands out of the door. Dayton, put both hands out of the door now.
More officers are positioned closer to the suspect's room in a doorway. These officers' position would prove to be extremely important for what's about to happen.
Civilian in the hallway. Run!
He's shooting. What? He's putting his gun out the door. He's picking up this piece of door.
He threw the door out. Come out with your hands up, Orlando Police Department. Come out, we just need to talk to you. Come out with your hands up. No more shooting. Just come out to the sound of my voice. You don't need to shoot anymore.
Threw the door out in the hallway.
If you come out with your hands up, I can assure your safety. Yours, Dayton.
I can't see shit. He's got a gun. He's cussing. Get on me. He's riding. One down. All right, we got one down. Put your arms out. We're good.
What the fuck?
The suspect was identified as Dayton Veal, a convicted felon with an extensive and violent history of serious criminal offenses, including battery, robbery, grand theft auto, aggravated stalking, domestic battery, assault, burglary, and arson. Some of his worst crimes involve striking a woman with an iron, punching a woman in front of her children, and sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl who was walking to school. For all of
Oh yeah, you's a bitch. He's a pussy-eyed man.
punching a woman in front of her children, and sexually assaulting a 14
Waste of fucking semen.
14-year-old girl who was walking to school. For all of these crimes, he was either released back into the public on probation or was released on bond while awaiting trial. Approximately 2 months before the incident where he shot 2 officers, it was confirmed that he had cut off his electronic monitoring bracelet and disappeared from probation supervision. Then, 1 month before the incident where he shot the 2 officers, a red vehicle that police believe may have belonged to Veal was caught on camera driving away from a Miami homicide scene. That same red vehicle was the one Veal was sitting inside when he opened fire on the 2 officers. In addition, just weeks before the shooting, Veal was pulled over during a traffic stop while he was driving that same exact red vehicle.
Tag is coming back as stolen. Step over there for me,
Oh
okay?
my
Do you know anything about that?
God, bro.
10-4. Because you got a warrant for your rights. Don't run!
This nigga still always, this nigga keep running.
Get on the ground! You're gonna get tased!
Got one running southbound, Ingenuity and Discovery.
But you gotta be fucking lying, bro.
Don't move. Hey, stop. 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 All right, we'll meet you at your house then.
Veal was able to escape from police and wasn't seen again until the night he shot the 2 officers in the hotel.
Oh my God, the nigga got away, and that's what he got away from that situation, and his karma was this situation here, but he still tapped 2 officers.
Where SWAT officers attempted to apprehend Veal. He began sprinting towards an exit after exchanging fire with the SWAT team, prompting officers to open fire during his attempt to flee. Veal was then pronounced dead at the scene, and the same gun he used to shoot the 2 officers from the previous night was found on the floor near his body. No officers or civilians were injured during the incident at the hotel. If Dayton had lived, he would have likely faced a sentence of decades to life in prison for his actions. The 2 officers who were originally shot were left—
You heard that, Jose? Brody said he's still moving and tapped him up.
Critically injured after the incident and were taken to Orlando Health. They both underwent surgery and survived. They were released from the hospital within weeks of the incident. While it took more than a year of physical and mental rehabilitation, both officers ultimately made full recoveries.
I do not know where the fuck I watched this video from, bro. Mag dump, he's still moving, bang. Best ending ever. He's still moving, bang. After unloading the full mag down the hallway of a Holiday Inn. Yeah, that one was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That one got critical as fuck. W Midwest Safety. They always coming through with that heat, man. Let's go. Yeah, y'all. We got like only 2 new ones. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for me. Let me check out Justin. Drop your link real quick, Justin. Erica, where did you send your video as well? Check it out. I cut my beard a little low, y'all. A little lower. I be looking old as hell. I'm only 25. Look like I'm 30. 30 something. I trim my shit low a little bit, man. Looking like a looking like my thumbnail. Yeah, some of these body cams be getting crazy, y'all. W Nightbot. But you working overtime, nigga. All right, Nightbot, you doing too much. Yeah, I'm smack. I'm about to spark up again. Nobody got no videos? All right, let me check something out there real quick. Drop it in the Discord, Cody. Exclamation point Discord. Or follow me on Instagram and DM it to me. On the Instagram. Exclamation Discord, exclamation point IG. We've been watching mad police cam, so I wouldn't be surprised if I passed by it. Big Batwoods, man, I got Big Marley's right now, man. I done put the tobacco leaf down. But Big Backwoods though, man. If I was to go back to tobacco, it's Fonto leaves and Backwoods. But I've been going the healthy route, man. Yeah, we about to find something there. I thought we had a couple. You dropped one in general. Fucking Colonel stuck in my tooth. Top 15 most dangerous theme parks. We got a top 15 most dangerous theme parks, man. Let's lock it in, family. Oh shit.
Poor designs, dangerous malfunctions, freak accidents, and human error. There are approximately 30,000 theme park-related injuries worldwide each year. Fasten your seatbelts and keep your arms and legs inside at all times, because it's time to take a look at the top 15 most dangerous theme parks in the world.
WLB.
Number 15, Schlitterbahn Water Park, Kansas City. There's nothing quite like visiting a water park on a hot summer's day, but with thousands of people crammed into pools, they can soon become some of the most dangerous visitor attractions. As with other leisure venues, each one has to pull out all of the stops to offer the most exciting rides, and sometimes they push the boundaries way too far. That's exactly what happened at the Schlitterbahn Water Park in Kansas City, which opened in July 2009. With 2 large pools and 14 water slides, the selling point was a slide called Verrückt, which became the tallest and fastest water slide in the world.
Oh, hell no.
At almost 169 feet high, the starting point of the slide was a higher elevation than the Niagara Falls.
Nah. Once you going up some shit like this, though, family, once you go up some shit like this, you kind of risking your life on some shit. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I wouldn't be caught dead up this high just to go down the motherfucking slide. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I might, but that's way too high, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That's way too high. Like, where the fuck you plan on landing in some water? I can't even swim.
And riders would sit on a 3-person raft, which reached speeds of up to 65 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah, get the fuck out of
Tragically,
here.
it turned out that the slide was just as dangerous as it sounds, and in 2016, a young boy was decapitated when the raft lifted up and collided with part of the support structure.
Oh, shit.
The investigation that followed found several other rides had serious safety issues too, so the park was closed before the beginning of the 2018 season and never reopened, and remains proof that bigger and faster doesn't always mean better.
Yeah, Erica, wow.
Number 14, Dream World Amusement Park, Queensland, Australia. After first opening in 1981 on the Gold Coast in Queensland, Australia, the Dream World Amusement Park has become the largest of its type in the country. With 8 different themed lands, including the Main Street, Ocean Parade, Whitewater World, and Gold Rush Country. It has more than 45 different rides, which include 4 roller coasters and plans to build more to keep it competitive with the top parks around the world. Things haven't been perfect for the park over the years, though, and there have been several safety problems. The most tragic of these took place in 2016, when 2 rafts of the Thunder River Rapids ride collided, which resulted in 4 people becoming trapped in the ride's machinery and dying as a result.
Damn, really?
In the
What
wake
the
of
fuck?
this, the theme park remained closed for a month to assess the safety of the other rides, and when it reopened, all of the thrill rides were kept shut. They have since begun operation once more following a full safety audit, but the River Rapids ride has been demolished and replaced with other attractions. As recently as 2020, a few more of the longest-standing rides were closed too, following maintenance. It was found that they had structural issues that could have potentially been a threat to life if they were allowed to continue operating. It's a challenge every theme park faces, that as machinery gets older, it becomes more unreliable and doesn't conform to modern safety standards. And luckily now, because of issues in the past, the park management appears to be taking a more proactive approach to prevent any future disasters. Number 13, Walt Disney World, Florida. It's undoubtedly the most famous collection of theme parks in the world, and is arguably responsible for showing just how creative and imaginative the venues can be. But despite this, the company's reputation for being family-friendly, the Walt Disney World in Florida has suffered more than its fair share of accidents. A lot of this is simply down to the fact that it's the most visited vacation resort on Earth, with more than 58 million visitors in a normal year. And with so many people passing through, you'd statistically expect a certain number to experience difficulties. Because Florida has so many amusement parks, operators are required to submit details of any incident that take place to the authorities, and this data can be illuminating to show just how often something untoward might happen. It was revealed in 1985, for example, that at least 100 lawsuits are filed against Disney each year for incidents in the park, and this number is believed to have risen substantially since then.
They're not shutting down Disney. Let's just start there. I just want to go back to Disney World so I can ride the Incredible Hulk and Jurassic World visuals. I've been to Disney World one time when I was younger, and I've been to Universal Studios. I like the Harry Potter concept that they had out there. I ain't really get to do a lot of stuff because it was raining on one day. I want to take my kids out there one day for sure. It definitely looked like something fun. You know, definitely looked like something fun.
Of all the rides that Disney operates, Mission Space at Epcot has by far caused the most issues. Between 2005 and 2006, paramedics responded to 194 incidents where riders had become ill, and there have been several deaths.
The Hulk is universal, right?
Although in each case the victim had a pre-existing medical condition. Other incidents across Disney World have included malfunctioning safety equipment, violent behavior by some visitors, and people suffering injuries after sneaking into areas they shouldn't have been. Next time you're there, if you ever wonder why security can be so strict, it's often purely to prevent any further injuries, because although it's almost an inevitability when you're running such a large park, the company definitely tries its best to reduce accidents as much as reasonably possible. Number 12. Kankaria Adventure Park, India. The man-made Kankaria Lake was built in 1451.
Yeah, them crazy ass shits. I don't be fucking with really.
In Ahmedabad in India, and since then has always been a popular attraction for locals and visitors alike. It has a thriving lakefront with a wide range of stores and other amenities, and in 2014 a Dutch company installed 5 new rides to form an amusement park and capitalize on the large number of visitors. These rides were fairly basic in design and by no means as complex as you'd find elsewhere in the world, but they offered guests an opportunity for a thrilling experience in the beautiful surroundings of the lake. The rides included a boomerang roller coaster, a flipping arm, a merry-go-round, and the torching tower, but it was the swinging disco pendulum that would lead to questions being asked about the safety of any of them. Footage recorded in July of 2019 shows just how terribly wrong things can go when rides aren't properly maintained. While in operation and returning back to a stationary position, the entire arm of the ride snapped. With nothing to hold them in the air, the passengers on the seated end fell more than 20 feet to the ground, which resulted in 2 fatalities and 29 people being seriously injured.
Damn.
It was one of the most horrific ride-related incidents.
Boy, oh boy. I understand why y'all motherfuckers be shutting y'all shit down, boy. I wouldn't be caught dead in some shit now, boy. That shit crazy.
In recent times, something that's made all the more tragic by the fact that it would have been completely preventable with more frequent checks by engineers.
Frequent checks?
Number 11. Rye Playland, New York.
That's some crazy shit for that shit to just fall like that.
Anyone who has lived in New York will probably know about the Rye Playland, especially as the 280-acre theme park has been in continuous operation since its first opened in 1928. It has, of course, developed substantially since its first welcome visitors, and now boasts a collection of 5 roller coasters and 14 other thrill rides, including an original 1915 Mango's Caramel Grand Carousel. There's also a dedicated kids' land, a casino, and the park hosts regular performances and events. But while it's meant to be a place where the whole family can enjoy themselves, it's also been the site of several tragedies over the years. There have, for example, been 2 deaths on the Mine Scrambler ride, a fatality on Ye Old Mill boat ride, a mechanical failure on the Wild Mouse roller coaster that led to 6 people being taken to the hospital, and several other incidents related to people behaving irresponsibly on site.
Everybody drop y'all links in the Discords or the Instagram.
Again, part of the danger is the fact that many of the rides are very old and require far more maintenance due to the fact that they weren't originally built to modern-day safety requirements. And while the park management has certainly done well to invest huge sums to prioritize safety, there's sometimes very little they can do to prevent occasional accidents. In a sign of how well the upgrades have worked, there hasn't been a fatality in the park for more than 13 years, so it's definitely safer now than it's ever been before. Number 10. Fort Fun, Germany. Germany's Fort Fun, which is close to Bestwig Wasserfall in the North Rhine-Westphalia region, has been one of the most popular theme parks in the country since opening in 1972. It began as a park full of mountain-style rides, such as a toboggan run and ski slopes. But to continually attract visitors, investment was made to build roller coasters and other rides too. Despite having changed owners a number of times over the years, Fort Fun remains one of the top attractions in the area and welcomes millions of visitors each year. Most experience a great day out with a variety of rides to cater to all tastes, but as with most busy parks, the safety record isn't exactly spotless. There have been 3 major incidents in the past 20 years, which included a huge fire in 2015 that completely destroyed a show set, an accident on the Slumber sledding ride in 2000 that left a 7-year-old boy with severe life-changing injuries, and in 2017 a horrific accident on the Trapper Slider ride that resulted in a young boy losing parts of his leg. After each of these events, investigations found ways to improve safety around the park, but due to the nature of the rides, it's impossible to remove every element of risk entirely. Number 9. California's...
Just don't build the fucking machine. Just don't build the ride. Why still have it doable?
Great America. California's Great America is one of the most famous theme parks in the U.S., but it has also proved to be one of the most dangerous. It opened in 1976 as Marriott's Great America, but due to escalating costs and safety concerns has had a number of different owners since then. Set across a 100-acre site, the park has 52 main attractions.
What amusement parks y'all got in y'all city?
9 of which are the roller coasters, and 2 of which are water rides. One coaster in particular, the Gold Striker, is regarded as one of the best wooden roller coasters in the world, and has won a number of awards since it was revealed in 2013. If you've never been to California, but this park seems familiar, it's possibly because it was a location for Beverly Hills Cop 3 that was released in 1994. But even Axel Foley couldn't have foreseen some of the dangers within the park. Since 1980, there have been 6 deaths on site, most of which have been the result of guests or staff failing to follow the rules. The most dangerous ride of all is called the Flight Deck, which is a steel inverted coaster that reached speeds of up to 50 miles an hour. With cars being suspended under the tracks, riders' legs dangle free beneath them.
Six Flags.
On 2 occasions, someone has entered a restricted area beneath the ride and been struck on the head by a passing train.
Mine, Six Flags, Darien Lake, and Seabreeze.
In both cases, this was fatal and also caused severe injuries to people on the ride. Number 8. Gillian's Wonderland Pier, New Jersey. Located on the boardwalk along the New Jersey shore, Gillian's Wonderland Pier has been entertaining the local community for more than 90 years, having first opened its doors in 1929. There are 32 rides, including 1 roller coaster and 1 log flume, and it's well known for having one of the largest Ferris wheels on the East Coast, which towers over the rest of the park at 144 feet tall. No childhood in New Jersey would be complete without regular trips to the Wonderland Pier, but locals definitely know how to keep their wits about them, because in recent years there have been a number of accidents as a result of poor maintenance of the rides that in some cases are many decades old. In 1999, for
whoever do the maintenance on the shit just need to be fired. They just need to pack their shit up and just get the fuck
For example,
out.
2 people died after a car on the Wild Wonder roller coaster lost traction as it was going up a steep slope. It wasn't able to reach the top, meaning it slid back down and collided with the other car behind it. 8 years later, there was another collision, this time on the Canyon Falls log flume ride, which caused 5 significant injuries. While in 2013, there was a terrible accident when a ride began with a 4-year-old still stood on the platform, and the injury she sustained meant a lengthy stay in hospital. Investigations have found that accidents at Gillian's Wonderland were often a combination of poor maintenance and operator error, so the company has embarked on a huge retraining effort to ensure that the chances of something happening again are greatly reduced. Number 7. Cedar Point, Ohio. Cedar Point on Lake Erie in Sandusky, Ohio is the 2nd oldest continuously running amusement park in the U.S.
I've never been
there
before.
It opened in 1870 and in normal years welcomes in excess of 3 million visitors. It's the flagship park of Cedar Fair, which owns and operates others around the country. It features one of the highest numbers of rides of any park in the world. In fact, it's simply impossible to experience each of the 71 rides, which includes 17 roller coasters in one day. So to take in all that's on offer usually requires an extended visit. Having been open for so long and being so busy, especially during peak times, it's almost amazing there haven't been more incidents at Cedar Point than there have been. According to official records, there's only been 1 death, which was the result of a visitor breaking into a restricted area beneath a roller coaster. But while fatalities are extremely rare, there have been a number of cases where people have been seriously injured. These range from boats on the river rapids flipping over and trapping people underwater, to rides breaking and stranding passengers, cable snapping, and train collisions on some of the coasters. Most of these, though, have been blamed on operator error as opposed to anything being inherently wrong with the rides themselves.
Right. Get the fuck out of here.
Number 6. Alton Towers.
That's pure bullshit. Talking about it's not the ride itself.
UK.
Like, what the fuck do you mean?
Alton Towers is the largest and 2nd most popular theme park in the UK. Built on a country estate in 1860, but only adding rides as recently as 1980, it has just over 2 million visitors each year, with a range of rides targeted at various age groups. It's a place where you can find gentle, calming experiences, but also some of the most extreme thrill rides in the world. There are 40 attractions in total, including 10 roller coasters and 3 water rides, and even has a roller coaster restaurant where food is delivered along a loop-de-loop from the kitchen. The owners of the park are constantly innovating and coming up with unique concepts, and this means there are park ride designs you won't find anywhere else. This, of course, makes the park one of a kind, but also means some of the ideas are untested and have been known to lead to some unfortunate accidents. No one is known to have died as a result of any of the rides at the park, but there have been several life-changing events. In 2006, the Runway Mine train suffered a malfunction that caused a crash and meant 6 people were taken to hospital. And the Skyride gondola that takes people to different stations around the park is notorious for failing during high winds and hot temperatures.
Fuck out of here.
The worst accident of all happened in 2015, though, when a malfunction
If it malfunctioned at high temperature and high winds, why not shut it down during them times?
on the Smiler roller coaster caused 2 cars to collide at high speed. 2 passengers had to have a leg amputated
Japan
because
might
of the
be
injuries.
W.
And despite claiming it happened as a result of operator error, Alton Towers was found to be at fault for not having adequate mechanisms in place to prevent this from occurring, and was given an almost $10 million fine. Number 5. Mount Olympus Water and Theme Park, Wisconsin. Located in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin, the Mount Olympus Water and Theme Park is an ancient Greece-themed park where you're able to experience exhilarating rides in the presence of the gods. There are 51 rides, including 5 roller coasters, 37 water slides, and 9 go-kart tracks, and a number of them have been designed to be unusual. Hades, for example, which is a wooden coaster, has much sharper drops and angles than you'd normally expect, and is often mentioned on coaster enthusiasts' bucket lists. The park opened in 1990 and has, of course, expanded significantly since then, but amazingly, there weren't any serious accidents for the first 24 years of operations. Things unfortunately changed in 2014, though, which many people think is the result of the park's management pushing the ride designs further than they should in an attempt to attract more visitors. A malfunction in March of 2014 saw a lap bar on the Poppa roller coaster fail to secure, and a 63-year-old man fell from the car 17 feet to the ground below.
Damn,
he was in a
bro.
coma for 3 weeks, and while he fortunately recovered, the coaster was immediately shut for good. The pools have also been a subject of concern, particularly when they get crowded, and this almost led to the death of a young child in 2015, had it not been for the quick response by the lifeguards on duty. There was another ride malfunction in July of 2015, which came perilously close to severely hurting those that were on board at the time. Number 4. Expo Land, Japan. Expo Land in Japan was opened in 1969 as a part of the following year's International Expo, and would go on to be a
Nah, Japan be making it seem like they got hella bread.
popular amusement park for the next 3 decades. It has more than 40 rides, 8 of which were roller coasters, and countless other amenities on offer for guests. The park's ultimate downfall, however, was of its own doing. With tight profit margins, the management had cut down on the maintenance that was performed on rides, and when you're talking about roller coasters, a decision like this can quite easily have tragic consequences, and that's exactly what happened. In 2007, the park's stand-up roller coaster called Fuji Raijin 2 derailed. It instantly killed a 19-year-old who was on board and severely injured 19 others, with a total of 31 people being taken to hospital for treatment. Frighteningly, the cause was found to be a broken axle, and it was determined that none of the axles had been replaced for at least 15 years. With similar faults found on another—
Bitch, what? 15 years, bitch, I need to shut that shit down.
None of the axles had been replaced for at least 15 years. With similar faults found on another of the coaster's trains, the park's reputation was—
See, that's how that airplane fucking fell apart. That UPS plane, that's how that shit fell apart. Nobody want to do maintenance.
Tatters. Reduced
You want the
business
job,
count
but
that
don't want to do the
finally
job.
reopened meant that it was closed for good just a couple of years later.
That's crazy.
Number 3. M&D's Motherwell Theme Park, Scotland. Near to the city of Motherwell in Scotland, M&D's Motherwell Theme Park has 4 roller coasters, 2 water rides, and several other exhilarating attractions. It opened in 1996 and quickly became a family favorite for local communities.
They need their ass
Confidence
whooped.
in its safety has begun to wane in the past decade as a result of several incidents, most of which were entirely avoidable. Mechanical failures are surprisingly common and have caused a number of instances where riders have been stranded for extended periods of time. Derailments have happened too, but the worst accidents have happened on the log flume ride. In 2013, a girl's leg became trapped between the boat and a barrier on the ride, which left her with life-changing injuries.
It should be in there,
A couple of years
Justin.
later, there were 2 incidents in the same month whereby the boat slipped on the track. Number 2. Parc Astérix, France. Parc Astérix, based upon the famous comic book series by René Goscinny, is the second biggest theme park in France with more than 2 million annual visitors in a normal year. Located in the Plailly region of northern France, it features 41 rides, which includes 7 roller coasters and 6 water slides. It opened in 1989 and was a roaring success, but with the opening of Disneyland Paris a few years later and just 12 miles away, visitor numbers were hit, and the park was forced to invest heavily in new attractions, at times to the detriment of the maintenance of its current machinery. The park management began to take risks they otherwise wouldn't have done, and this led to several unusual incidents. The first in 2004 saw the ride continue to operate during a powerful storm and resulted in an 11-year-old boy being struck by lightning while in the queue for the Zeus Thunder ride.
They too money hungry to close down the ride.
2 years later, a young child died on the water ride after being sucked in by the pumps that are used to create a current in the artificial
Get the fuck out of here.
river. And this has tarnished the park's reputation to such an extent that after additional safety measures were incorporated, the entire ride was rebranded in an attempt to shake off any negative associations.
That's some bullshit.
Number 1. New Jersey's Action Park.
Let's just change the name.
While virtually all of the world's theme parks try their hardest to ensure the safety of their guests, there's one that almost reveled in the fact that it was extremely dangerous. New Jersey's Action Park became notorious for the number of injuries and deaths that took place there, and it's a surprise it was able to operate for as long as it did. Originally opened in 1978, it was predominantly a water park and featured attractions such as a giant wave pool, alpine slides, and even a slide with a full 360-degree roof in it. Between 1980 and 1990, there were 6 known fatalities to have occurred there, including 3 drowning in the tidal pool, an electrocution caused by faulty wiring in another pool, and several instances of ride malfunctions. It was also commonplace for guests to suffer from cuts, scrapes, bruises, and broken bones because of the lack of safety procedures, and this led to it being known as Accident Park, with it finally being forced to close in 1996 amidst countless lawsuits. Attempts were made to refurbish the park and its image.
Action Park is
reopened
brutal.
in 2014, but it failed to attract the same level of visitors and went out of business just a few years later. Still, despite the danger, it remains a fond memory of the generation that grew up with it, and is a reminder to park operators around the world quite how badly things can go if you don't prioritize guest safety. Watch our binge-watching playlist if you'd like to watch all of our most popular top 15 videos. Grab a drink, grab a snack, and get ready to binge.
That shit is crazy. Nah. Big W's, big W's, big W's, LB. That shit was a nice masterpiece right there. Nah, that was crazy. When you be looking at a lot of amusement parks and they roller coasters, you know well, we knew that shit be faulty and shit, but to hear some of the, like 21, nah, that was not 21, 15 most dangerous ones is insane. I ain't gonna lie. All right, what we got? All right.
Where is it?
All right, we got a video from Justin, W. Justin. This might be the last one of the night, y'all. We got to rock out at 11:30 tonight. So we're going to check this one out and see where it takes us. What I saw in my room still haunts me. Let's check this out.
Where is it? I heard the door open. I heard the bells. I heard the pot. I heard the footsteps. I saw the door open. I see the thing walk in. I watched it walk down the aisle. I watched it bend over. It's in the room. Where is it? And this is night 1. There's 2 more nights of this, and it gets worse. When I was 16 years old, I was an avid snowboarder.
Appreciate you, IBO.
By the time I was like 12
Thank you,
years
brother.
old, I used to always go snowboarding with the same 2 guys, my 2 very close friends, Wolf and
We got
Nick.
more stuff
Every
coming
winter,
this week.
Me, Nick, and Wolf would go up to Nick's family's cabin that was up in the White Mountains in New Hampshire. Just snowboard, and it was great. Every time we went up to this cabin in New Hampshire, it would be me, Wolf, Nick, and then Nick's mom and dad. Unexpectedly, leading into my 16-year-old winter, Nick's father passed away. We were actually planning on going on a trip to the mountains that winter. And I remember speaking to Wolf and being like, I don't know if it's even appropriate to ask about this trip, because we knew that Nick was very close to his father, and not to mention, like, every time we went on this particular, trip up to the mountains, Nick's dad was always with us, and it just seemed like, how can we possibly now go on this snowboarding trip? Not only is it a low priority item, but just the dynamic is all different now. Nick called us and was like, hey, so we are still going to do
Yo, Cody, that's crazy as fuck.
The cabin in New Hampshire. And so, Wolf and I, we spoke and we're like, let's just go with it. I mean, maybe it's like, maybe they want to do something that is maybe is a fond memory of their father, their husband. And so we agreed to go. So he passes away maybe a few months before we end up going up to the mountains. And so the grief was still definitely there, but also just, again, that the dynamic was it was like the elephant in the room, right? Like, as we're driving up, we drove in the same car, me, Wolf, Nick, and then Nick's mom was driving. It was so apparent that Nick's dad was missing, because he was always in the car with us when we drove up. Anyhow, so we make the trip up to New Hampshire, and we're planning to be up there for 3 days. So the house itself wasn't really a cabin, it was a house, it was a small house. It was on a mountain, and if you think about the way a mountain works, it's a slope. And so in order to have a house level on a mountain, a portion of it needs to be on stilts, right? The portion that's kind of hanging off the mountain. And then the other part of the house is kind of like embedded in the mountain itself. And when you drive up to the house, there's a wraparound porch that goes around the house. The majority of it is on the stilted section of the house, right? So if you're on the wraparound porch, your footsteps are going to echo. Like you can hear those footsteps because you're above the ground.
I'm trying to see only ghost town technically would be black because niggas said black people die in lake. Linear drunk a lot. 4th of July, not the best swimmers, but those of us who grew up on the lake laugh at you, take your money, and give you. What the fuck is he talking about?
When you step into the house, you open a door. It actually opens inwardly. There were sleigh bells that were on the door, on the inside of the door. So anytime you open the door, you hear those sleigh bells ringing. And as soon as you step foot into the house, if you took one step into the house, right? So you step on the wraparound porch, you open the door, sleigh bells ring. When you step into the house, your right foot would be in the kitchen. You'd be standing on linoleum. And your left foot...
Yeah, shit. Cody took a real left turn real quick, isn't it?
Foot would be on shag carpet, which is like the dining room.
I came here today and got banned today.
That's the way the house is laid out. As soon as you walk in, kitchen on your right, dining room on your left. And if you keep walking, you're going to enter into this living room. And if you turned around in the living room and looked up, you would see a lofted second floor. If you walk into the house, again, your right foot's in the kitchen, your left foot's in the dining room. He banned. You walked as if you were going into that living space, but stopped about halfway across the house. You could look to your right, and there'd be one hallway. There's only one hallway.
Already banned him.
And this hallway is bringing you, call it, into the mountain. If you think about, again, the layout of the house, you have a portion of the house that's sitting in the mountain and a portion of the house that's on stilts. Well, this hallway leads into the section of the house that's in the mountain. And if you go down this hallway and it turns left, it's a short little hallway, it brings you to one room. And that room is where me, Nick, and Wolf would stay every time we went snowboarding at this mountain. That room, if you go into it, it's a corner-fed room. You open the door, and immediately to your right is a bunk bed. I would always sleep on the bottom bunk, and Wolf would sleep on the top bunk. Our feet would be closest to the door. In the center of the room, with the remaining space, because this is not a big room, there was like a queen-size bed. It was like a slightly larger bed that sat basically in all of the free space that was left over in the room. It was sitting right in the middle of the room. And that's where Nick would sleep. So basically the room was completely packed with 3 places to sleep and really not much else. There was a very small space between the queen size bed and the bunk bed. So you could walk.
Kind of a slow build up to the suspense part.
Between those two, but that was about it. So that layout's very important, and you'll see why. We snowboard for the day, we come back to the cabin, and me, Nick, and Wolf decide we're gonna crash super early and get up early and have a full day of riding ahead of us because we're avid snowboarders. So we go to our room, the one that's kind of, you go down that hallway and you get to the room I just described. We planned on going to bed early, but we were excited, and so we stayed up gaming for a bit. And then maybe around like 11 or 12 o'clock at night, Nick, who again is in the queen size bed, and Wolf was in the top bunk, they ultimately fall asleep. I was still awake, and what struck me, and it always struck me whenever I slept in this room, is when you turn off all the electronics and you're just laying in bed in this house, in particular this room, it is pitch black. There's no windows. You're in the segment of the house that's, in the mountain. It is truly pitch black. Not to mention the house itself, there weren't really any neighbors nearby because this house, Nick's family had purchased it a while ago.
Erica and Justin just went crazy.
Be an active ski resort, the mountain itself that it was on. But it wasn't anymore, and most people that were living there had left and sold their property. But a few people had decided to stay, and so Nick's family was one of them. So they had this cabin on an abandoned ski resort. There was virtually no streetlights, there's virtually no neighbors, and so at night, when you're laying in this room, like I was this night, you're really struck by just how dark and quiet it is. I mean, basically no white noise. I mean, silence and pitch black. And so I'm laying there, and one other detail that needs to be brought up before we get into what actually happens. So Nick had two much older brothers. They were in their 30s, and we're 16 years old. And we were expecting one of them, we didn't know which, to swing by the house at some point over the next few days. That's what Nick's mom had said. Nick had kind of reiterated it. And I think that Wolf and I understood that, now that Nick's father was gone, that they were just kind of trying to find a way to fill the void that was left from the father passing. And so we were expecting over the course of that weekend for someone, one of the two brothers, to come to this house and stay with us for a night or whatever it was. I had never met either of these two brothers. I knew they existed, but I had never met them before.
Talking man,
but somewhere in the back of my mind, I know that probably one of them's going to show up at some point, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, whenever it is. Man, it's giving me goosebumps just thinking about this. So that night, as I'm laying in bed, I'm thinking about how dark and quiet it is. I remember the only light in the room was the digital clock, the little red digital clock, and it was like a beacon in the light, and that doesn't emit much light, but when it's pure darkness, it does. And I just could not fall asleep. I remember I got to a place where I started counting how many hours of sleep I might get if I fell asleep right then and there, which is never a good sign. That means you're not close to sleeping. If you're like, okay, if I fell asleep now, I'll get 3 hours and 22 minutes of sleep, right? Like, that's where I was at mentally. At some point, I think it was around 3 in the morning, I remember looking at the clock and thinking, wow, it's gotten so late and I'm still awake. I hear footsteps on the wraparound porch. In a situation where, as I'm telling it, you're going to think, how did you not raise, a red flag immediately? In real time, in real life, your brain goes to great measures to convince you that everything is okay. It really takes an enormous amount of anomalies to stack up for your brain to say something's wrong. And so that's what happened in this first night. I hear footsteps on the wraparound porch, and I immediately assume, even though we're talking, it's like 3 in the morning, I just assume that it's got to be one of Nick's brothers arriving to be a part of this weekend getaway. So I really actually didn't think anything of it. I actually just thought, well, when he comes in the house, if he happens to come in here to check on us, I'll just pretend to be asleep in case, he were to...
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little fucking lost.
See that I was awake. I don't want to have a conversation with him. Number one, it's 3 in the morning. Number two, I don't know the guy. I'm just going to pretend to be asleep. So that's all I'm thinking about. Not worried, not scared, not anything. Footsteps on the wraparound porch. And then the door opens, and I can hear the sleigh bells that are on the door itself. I can hear those chime as the door opens. Again, no part of me is concerned about this. I'm thinking it's a little bit weird that they're arriving at 3 in the morning, but we knew that their brother, his brothers had these weird work schedules.
They 5 years ago
in the middle of the night, so it was just it was whatever it was. Sleigh bells ring, and then I hear what sounds like a pot, like a kitchen pot, fall and hit the linoleum floor in the kitchen. And I remember just the sound stood out to me. It just seemed like this person's kind of making a...
That's what I'm saying, LB.
In the middle of the night here.
I don't know. He usually gives us the suspense with the sound effects and the footsteps and stuff.
And the door didn't shut. And I noticed that. I figured they were maybe bringing their stuff in, right? They're offloading some stuff.
Let's see.
And they're leaving the door open. Oh, this is... Just thinking about this is really making me feel uncomfortable. So I hear the footsteps on the wraparound porch, the door opens, I can hear the sleigh bells, a pot falls and it hits the linoleum floor. The footsteps that I could hear on the wraparound porch, because it's on stilts, right? Like the porch is hovering over the ground. You can hear those footsteps. Well, when these footsteps continued into the house, where you're on a concrete slab and there should be no sound, like I shouldn't hear echoing footsteps, it sounded like it was on the wraparound porch still, but the noise was getting closer to me. So it was like the footsteps sounded.
It just makes it a little more intriguing.
Out on the wraparound porch.
That's
once
all.
they were in the house, it didn't really make any sense that I could hear them as if the footsteps were standing on something that was suspended off the ground. But it wasn't. You're in the house on a concrete slab. And so I hear these footsteps. The door hasn't shut. The front door is wide open. We're in the middle of winter here. We're in the middle of nowhere too. And I'm thinking about that, but I'm still thinking it's got to be Nick's brother, one of Nick's brothers. The footsteps continue through the house. And they stop about halfway through the house. If you open that door and walk halfway through the house. And then the footsteps began to walk down the hallway towards our room. So they come down the hall. And they get right outside the door, which is shut. The door to our room is shut. And I'm
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. The stories he was doing back then versus the newer ones, I feel like I do like the newer ones. I feel like the older ones, he like dragging it a little bit, like dragging the story along a little bit. That's what I feel like right now.
There, again, my feet are closest to the door. It's pitch black in the room, minus the, digital clock. And I'm thinking, why didn't they shut the front door? Of all the weird things that have happened, the fact that I'm hearing footsteps as if they're on the wraparound porch, but they're getting louder and moving through the house, the thing that really just made the hair on the back of my neck stand up was, why didn't they shut the front door? That just seems like such a bad idea. There's animals out there. There's a host of things out there. Like, why aren't you shutting? And not to mention, it's freezing outside. There's a space between the bunk bed, the bottom bunk that I'm on, and the top bunk. There's a space that I can see clear as day. Whoever walks in the room, I'm gonna see them when they walk past the foot of the bed. But because of the top bunk, my view is actually obscured, and I wouldn't be able to make out someone's face, for example.
Yeah, it's good to follow. It's just
middle section. And so when the door opens,
I don't know. I like his background music with his sound effects.
Walks into the room, which, by the way, I'm in a pitch black room, and I clearly make out a black silhouette. This thing walks into the room, and it's obscured, so I wouldn't have been able to see its head or upper body, anyways. But its hips,
not the pictures,
so
but the sound effects.
Really see those. Those are at the level that I would expect someone's upper body or head to be at. Meaning, this figure that's walked in, its legs are extremely long. And so if it was proportionally the size of a human, you're talking about maybe a 10-foot tall person, but we're in a space that is not a 10-foot high ceiling. And so this thing walks in, and as soon as I see it, and I make out that black silhouette, even though it's pitch black in the room, I clearly see the silhouette that is unnaturally tall.
Not bad if everybody don't like it,
Mainly, the door's still open. They've made kind of a commotion.
Jay, he still make his money, shit.
I instantly was frozen with terror. Frozen. Petrified. I'm like, it's not Nick's brother. And even if we're not talking about paranormal here, this is such a bad situation. Even if that's just some dude who's come into the house, that's a really bad situation. So no matter what, this is a really bad situation, but what I'm looking at doesn't make sense. It's an unnaturally tall person. They've left the door open, and I hear their footsteps all over the house, and it walks in past the foot of the bed. And I'm laying there, and I can't see higher than its waist because it's obscured by the top bunk. And this thing makes this like facing movement, like a military facing movement, and begins to walk down the aisle between the queen size bed in the middle of the room and the bunk bed where I am. And it's walking down right next to me, and I'm literally sitting there unable to move. And I remember thinking, I can't do anything. I'm truly frozen with terror. And all I remember thinking is, whatever happens, just don't bend down and look at me. That will ruin my life. If this thing so much as looks at me, that's it, I'm done. So it walks down the aisle, it's right next to me. I'm literally frozen. And it does another quick movement, but it's facing away from me now. Facing towards Nick in the center of the room. And it bows onto and then down through Nick's bed and disappears. In a movie, as soon as the ghost disappears into the floor, whoever's hiding would make a run for it. In real life, there's no such thing as ghosts. There's no such thing as people disappearing into the ground. So I'm expecting this thing to just get back up again. I couldn't understand that it was, what did it disappear into the bed? That's not possible. Where is it? I heard the door open. I heard the bells. I heard the pot. I heard the footsteps. I saw the door open. I see the thing walk in. I watched it walk down the aisle. I watched it bend over. It's in the room. Where is it? And for hours, I mean, all night.
I'm trying my best. I'm trying.
I laid there absolutely petrified, expecting this thing to come back up and just look at me. That was...
Yo, Mr. Bond to be looking at me like, hey Benji, are you with me, bro? Start knocking him up forehead.
My biggest fear is whatever this thing was, I did not want it to look at me. So that was the worst. I'm laying there.
I'm trying to figure out when the monster about to start attacking some shit.
Frozen. I can only move my eyes all night. Finally, I hear Nick's mom out in the living room making coffee. I mean, this was probably like 5, 6 in the morning. And it was like the first time that I'm like, okay, I'm safe now. Even if it's in the room, I'm safe to just go because I can hear someone out there. And I could hear her speaking. I knew it was her. And so I go right out there. And now you got to understand that even though this was a horrible situation that I still can't really explain, I know that she has just lost her husband. And so the idea of approaching this subject, which effectively is going to turn into ghosts, right? I've never had a paranormal experience before this. I've never had a paranormal experience.
No, but the thing about it, you can see like the progress and how far he's gotten from this video 5 years ago till now, though. It's very more intriguing and more fluent as well. Not saying this one is a bad piece of work, but you see how better he has gotten over the years as well. But that's how it works. The more you work at your craft, you know,
right? Like I'm more or less a skeptic, and I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna start talking about ghosts to the woman who's recently bereaved. It just felt really inappropriate. And so I was really struggling with how I wanted to communicate what happened. And so I went to the table, she got me a cup of coffee, and and we know each other well, you know, she knows me well. And she definitely picked up that something was wrong, but didn't really ask anything yet. She was just kind of puzzling, like kind of sizing me up a little bit. And the only thing I could think to do was to just ask, you know, hey, did either of your two sons, you know, Nick's older two brothers, did they stop by at any point last night? Did they stop by? And she's like, no. Mm-mm. And I'm sitting there like, okay. And I'm just like, I must have had a reaction that was obvious to her. And she just goes, I heard my husband here last night too. And
she heard him too.
You know, that made it a lot worse. Because on the one hand, you have a situation where she is confirming something that part of me hopes is a bad dream. Number two, she's now saying it's her husband. And so I intuitively assumed that she has somehow figured out what I'm stressed about that probably isn't real. And because she's grieving, she's created a story where her husband is now in the house, you know, looking over us. I really believed that she didn't hear anything, that she just somehow understood that I had this weird feeling and she'd turned it into oh, my husband's in the house. And I just couldn't ask any more questions at that point. I felt like I had set her up.
She probably fucking lying or some shit or hallucinating. Oh, that's probably him because he passed away or some shit like that.
For this awkward exchange, I felt really bad that like that was the discussion we were having. I also thought like,
shit,
if that's true, I don't want to have this conversation. Like I really was just dumbfounded on what to do in this situation. And this is night one. There's 2 more nights of this, and it gets worse. So Nick and Wolf eventually come out of the bedroom and they come to the dining room. And the same way I felt reserved talking to Nick's mom, about what happened. I had the same feelings about Nick because it was his father. And I also just felt like that would be inappropriate. But Wolf, he's not a family member and he's my buddy. And I kind of pulled him aside and I kind of told him what was going on as best as I could. But I kept it like kind of generic. I was like, you know, I could have sworn I heard someone in the house last night. Like I could have sworn. And he's like, yeah, you know, you're probably dreaming. You know, like that's what this is. And I was like, no, like I wasn't, but I can't make sense of it. And I was like, can you just do me a favor? And at this point, Nick actually overheard the conversation, and I very much kind of cut ties with what I was talking about. I was like, yeah, I just thought I heard something last night. It's just me freaking myself out. And I was like, can you guys tonight, when we get back from snowboarding, can I fall asleep ahead of you? That way I'm asleep, you guys can just fall asleep after I do, and then I'll sleep through the night, no big deal. And they're like, all right, yeah, weirdo, whatever. So I'm like, all right, my big plan is I'm just gonna go to bed really, really early. Because I didn't sleep the night before, so I'm thinking, oh, I'll fall asleep right away. So we go out, we snowboard for the day, my mind is off of what happened, and frankly, I'm starting to convince myself that had to have been, you know, sleep paralysis. Even though I'd never had that before, I was Googling some stuff, maybe sleep paralysis, maybe it was just like a really intense dream. You know, I was just like, there has to be something. Like this is too weird, it has to be something explainable. Turns out it wasn't. We get back from snowboarding, and I am immediately going to bed. Pretty much immediately. It was like maybe 6 o'clock. I was like, I'm going to bed. And I get in bed, and all I'm thinking about is what happened the night before, and I can't fall asleep. Eventually, Nick and Wolf, they come in the room, and they're trying their best to stay awake so that I can fall asleep, but it's getting later and later, and I can't fall asleep. And now I'm back to that, like, okay, if I fall asleep now, I get 6 hours of sleep. And they finally just said, hey man, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. So they both fall asleep, and I'm awake. And I was so upset with myself. Like, you screwed yourself. Why didn't you just fall asleep, you dummy? And I remember the only thing that I did that really made this real, looking back at it, is I put a knife, like a kitchen knife or something, in the springs above me. So I'm in the bottom bunk, like basically right under the top bunk, I put a knife in there. And I'm laying in bed, and I'm constantly looking over at the digital clock. And it was probably around 3 a.m. It was late enough that it was like, okay, this is about the time that happened last night. And my heart just sunk when I heard those footsteps on the wraparound porch again. They sounded the same as they did the night before. I was like, that has to be one of Nick's brothers.
Man, I'd have been like, fuck that, bruh. I'd have told that ghost, you're not welcome here anymore. Go back over there.
Brothers. But the door opens, I hear the sleigh bells, I hear the frickin' pot fall on the ground. It was like deja vu. The exact same thing is happening. And these footsteps start walking through the house. And again, referencing how movies would portray this, you know, the person who's me in the movie is like, okay, get this knife, and I'm gonna position myself over here because I know what's gonna happen, and I'm gonna protect myself. In real life, I'm like, this thing's gonna be in my room.
Nah, I like this part right here.
It happened last night. It's apparently happening again. Please, for the love of God, don't bow into me the way it bowed into the floor the night before. Don't look at me. It will ruin my life if some entity just engages with me, just looks at me. That will ruin my life. This thing walks down the hall.
I would shit my pants.
And I hear those footsteps coming down the hall. And just pretend for a second, forget the paranormal aspect. Pretend it's the middle of the night in the middle of nowhere. And a stranger is walking around your house. That alone is
ain't nothing I can do at that point.
The footsteps come right outside the door, and I'm looking at the knife that's right underneath the bed. And I'm petrified. I cannot move. I'm drenched in sweat. Just from the few seconds that it's taken this thing to go from the door to the front of my bedroom. Because I know what's happening again. It's happening again. I'm not crazy. It's just happening again. What the F is this? and I'm petrified. I can't reach. I'm so worried about making any noise that would alert this thing that I'm here, that I can only move my eyes. And I remember even thinking that I shouldn't move my eyes too quickly because it might hear that. Like, this is a primal level of fear. The door opens, it walks into the room, goes right past the foot of my bed, and I'm, again, petrified.
Shit, not necessarily.
It walks down, after making its facing movement, it walks down the aisle between me and Nick.
On the picture.
And I remember what happened the night before, where it folded into Nick and disappeared, and I'm just thinking to myself, please don't turn and bow into me, please.
Shit. It seemed to me Mr. Bartlett was shitting his pants on that mountain. That boy was scared as a motherfucker. I mean, if it's an evil entity in your house bothering you and shit, bruh, like, it's gonna torture you, bruh. You're gonna be scared, but you gotta accept that shit about to get your ass, bruh. Like, it ain't no fighting that, bruh. Like, bruh, he got it. If you want my life, you can take it.
Whatever happens, just don't do that. So it turns away from me and does the same thing it did the night before, folds on Nick and disappears into the ground.
That's my situation alternative.
Even though
that
in the movies,
don't hurt
this
you?
would be the same thing happening, you know, night 2, it's the same routine. It'd be like, oh, the ghost is in the floor now. I can go alert the authorities because now it's safe. In real life, I'm like, where did it go? I know this happened last night, but it still doesn't make any sense. It's in the room. It has to be. This is a real thing. It came in the room. It's somewhere. Is it under my bed?
I'd have just went to sleep, fam.
All night. All night.
I'd have he's so paranoid. I'd have just went to sleep, fam. Fuck that.
I lay there. This is the second night that I've not slept. When I heard Nick's mom,
I need some melatonin,
out in the other room, it was like such a relief. Because I didn't give a crap at this point about being polite. I wasn't gonna like try to, you know, distance myself from the conversation around ghosts. I was gonna go out there and be like, what's wrong with this house? And so I hear her and I go right out to the living room and I tell her everything in as acute detail as I possibly can. And as I'm telling her this, her reaction didn't line up. Her reaction was not surprise, terror, confusion. It was empathy. She felt bad for me. It was
about to keep torturing me.
You don't understand. Like, I'm listening, but you just don't understand what's happening. And I'm telling her all the, I mean, every detail I can possibly muster. And at the end of it, or towards the end, she just kind of stops me. She's like, John, I told you yesterday, and again, I heard it last night. That's just my husband. I heard him last night too. You got nothing to worry about. And I was like, no. That cannot be. That cannot be what it is. And she was like, I heard him open the door. I heard the pot fall.
It's some high shit going on here, man.
I'm assuming he went into Nick's room again with you guys. And I'm like, what is happening?
You would think Mr. Bartlett off that
totally now, just beside myself. I remember I was crying, actually. Like, during this conversation, I'm just crying.
Just tuck yourself
Not
in.
even, like, tears of sadness as much as just, like, what's happening? Like, I needed my mom. Like, I felt so helpless. And no offense to Nick's mom, but I just felt like I was with a lunatic.
Yeah, I would have thought she was high as fuck.
She's recalling the exact same things as me. How do I put that together? I remember thinking, I need to leave. I need to get out of here. I can't be here anymore. But then I thought about, like, how am I going to make this happen? Nick's mom,
they all
Wolf and Nick, they're not leaving today.
And
it was pretty clear that Nick's mom liked the fact that she, you know, heard her husband walking around the cabin. She's not trying to leave. And there's one more night that we're here, and I would have to tell my parents to drive, my mom or my dad, to drive to New Hampshire and come get me because I'm seeing ghosts. Like, this was a trip that I loved. I looked forward to this trip every year. It wouldn't have made any sense, and they would have been like, what's wrong with you? And I honestly was not prepared to have those conversations with my mom and dad. I was not prepared to be like, let me tell you about the ghost.
Should have slept in that car, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was just kind of resigned and decided to stay. In retrospect, I think I should have called my parents and been like, that's what parents are for. Like, get the hell up here. It doesn't matter why. Come get me. But it was such a confusing moment.
So you did it to yourself.
That I had no blueprint for how to handle. So I just stayed. Nick and Wolf finally get up. And I remember I made that decision as I'm sitting there thinking about...
If I had the opportunity to leave, I would have said, fuck that, I'm gone.
What's happening is Nick's mom is reassuring me, you know, about her husband being in the house.
What?
And I make the decision that I'm going to stay. Nick and Wolf come out of the room.
I'd have been like, nigga, you tripping.
They come over and Wolf pretty much immediately looks at me to get a gauge on what happened. And you can see it all over my face. I've been crying. And I told them what happened. And, you know, Nick was always kind of a stoic. And he was just unaffected, you know.
He saying it like he
was more inclined to, at a minimum, believe something was happening. He didn't know if it was a ghost or not, but he certainly understood that something's going on. And the fact that Nick's mom, as I'm explaining to Nick and Wolf what's going on, she was like reinforcing my argument. Yeah, I heard him too. I heard the door open. Yeah, I was upstairs. I heard him walk through the house. And Wolf's like, what's going on?
Oh, that's wild, LB.
And Nick is like, he didn't want to hear it, kind of. It probably was uncomfortable. It's about his father, or ultimately talking about his father. Before we went out snowboarding for the day, because Nick's mom would drive us and drop us off, she brought us to a local store, and we bought a coffee table.
But you might have a cat in your basement.
Because they've been looking to replace the one that was in their house. Basically, when you walk into the house, instead of turning down the hallway towards our room, if you just keep walking into the lofted area, at the foot of the stairs was a coffee table where they kept a landline phone, because you're in the middle of nowhere and you got to have some way to call, and they put it right at the foot of the stairs in this little coffee table. But it had broken, or it was old, or whatever. I know they wanted a new one for a long time. We went out and got it. Me, Nick, and Wolf, we snowboard. We come back, we help offload the coffee table into the house. We put it at the foot of the stairs. And that night we go to bed. I was ruthless in trying to keep Wolf and Nick awake. I mean, I wasn't even trying to make jokes out of it. I was like straight up kicking the bunk, like kicking Wolf's bunk, like literally shaking Nick. I was doing everything in my power to keep them awake because I couldn't sleep. I'm terrified.
Man, Brody fucking up everybody else's sleep because he can't get no sleep. How disrespectful.
It was like the opposite of how excited you get before Christmas and you can't sleep. It was like the opposite of those feelings, but you still can't sleep. It was like, this is the worst night of my life. And also, the nail in the coffin, if you will, is during the day that day, we found out that neither of Nick's two brothers were going to be making the trip. They weren't going to make it. So no one's going to be at the house. No one should be at the house except for us. And so that night I'm laying there, and after all my attempts to keep Nick and Wolf awake, they fall asleep. Everyone's asleep. The house is pitch black. It's silent. And around 2, 3 in the morning, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. I hear those footsteps on the wraparound porch. The door opens and I hear the sleigh bells ringing on the door. A pot falls on the ground and the footsteps walk into the house. And this is the 3rd time that this has happened. So in a way, this was the first time that I was expecting something to happen. For it to walk down the hall, to come in the room, to come next to me, fold into Nick, and then that's it. This was the first time I had a little bit of, call it security, that something was going to happen, and I understood what was going to happen. I didn't understand it, but I expected something to happen. But this was not the case this night. It walked into the house. Everything was the same. It walked into the house, but instead of going down the hallway towards our room, it kept walking into the lofted area. And the lofted area, from where I was laying, my foot's at the door, my head's back here, the wall straight, if I like sat up in bed and looked straight, the wall right there led into the area where this thing was. So I'm basically, if there wasn't a wall, I'd be looking dead at this thing. And I'm waiting for it to walk through the wall. As crazy as that sounds, I'm just anticipating something coming through the wall. After a long pause of it being in that lofted area,
Like trying to
I
get
hear it go
fried.
up the steps. Listening to the creak of the steps as it goes up the steps, it makes my skin crawl. It's making me like emotional thinking about how terrifying that was. It walks up the stairs, and now
You need that melatonin. That's what I'm saying, boy. You need that melatonin.
The past 2 nights are any example. This thing has sunk into the ground 2 nights in a row and disappeared. And so now my fear is it's going to literally come through the ceiling, through the bunk.
I ain't gonna lie, Mr. Ballin. I have to be asking him if he taking something. Like, what you be taking, bro? You be shooting up, bro?
Onto me. The
Bro
sound
be
stopped
saying
when
the,
it was
bro be
upstairs.
saying the craziest
So
shit.
upstairs, and that's where Nick's mom slept. She was upstairs. So I laid in bed, petrified once again. I got my stupid knife sitting in the underside of the bed above me.
Boy, about to kill somebody.
And hours and hours of waiting for my literal worst night.
This how motherfuckers be waking up in the morning and they family member be deceased or some shit. Motherfucker be saying he's seeing monsters and shit. Whole time motherfuckers stabbing their cousin and
Nightmare
shit.
come true as some entity comes through the ceiling and goes into me. Or even just if it was like onto Nick, if it came through the ceiling and if out of my peripheries I'm watching like this beast come through the ceiling and float down and into Nick. It just, these thoughts in my head, they didn't make any sense. They were terrifying, but they were happening. I laid in bed and I couldn't fall asleep. I was now coming up on 3 days without sleep. So at some point that night, I did fall asleep, probably just out of sheer exhaustion.
It's not the attention span, it's just the
At some point in the morning,
stories.
Early morning, now probably like 5 in the morning, I wake up again and I can hear Nick's mom. It didn't sound like she was making coffee. It sounded like something was wrong.
Hey boy, if you
I
scared of
couldn't place
spirits,
it, but
say
it just
that.
sounded like she was acting emotional somehow. I couldn't tell if she was crying or not. But now it's like it's the morning, it's my last day, I'm leaving today, I'm up, I'm out. And as soon as I walk out of the hallway and I look to the left and
Shit, hell yeah, it's possible for him to be high.
the dining room.
Hell yeah, it's possible.
She's not there, and she's actually over at the foot of the stairs in the lofted kind of living room area next to this new coffee table we had just put in. And she's standing over this coffee table at the foot of the stairs.
Hell
where the entity had been the night before, the one deviation from the other 2 nights.
Fuck around, start seeing some shit like some shit on Resident Evil Requiem. Nah, it's some good stories though. Like I can't say it's not true or not, because I wasn't
Next to
there.
the coffee table. And she's down on her knees looking at the table. And now I can tell she's probably crying tears of joy. Because scratched into the coffee table were the words, "I love you." I was like, I'm done.
Then that was her
ended
husband?
My friendships with certainly Nick. Wolf
That was
to
her
a
husband?
lesser degree, but I stopped snowboarding. I didn't go back to that cabin, even though I know Wolf did the next year. The theories about what happened, Nick's mom, it's possible she could have created a narrative, made it about her husband, and then she could have just as easily scratched that into
Nah,
the table.
I don't judge nobody about that. Hell no.
I mean, it's also possible that she had sleep paralysis and I had sleep paralysis, and somehow we synchronized and had the same vision, and she scratched into the table.
Sleep paralysis.
Or, to be honest, what I believe, that was a ghost, and that it interacted with the physical world, and it did walk around the house. It did carve "I love you" into that table. And, that's the only time in my entire life that I've had anything happen like that. I don't have any other paranormal stories before or after. That's it. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to continue to do long versions of my ghost stories and scary stories that I find.
I mean, I could go with the sleep paralysis. I could go with the sleep paralysis. You know? That's like That's like not eating for like 6 days straight, and you know in that 7th day, you know you're gonna die or some shit like that. Like you're gonna start like hallucinating and having little illusions and shit like that as well. Not saying that it's not real. Not saying that hallucinations and illusions are not real sometimes. You get what I'm saying? That could be portrayed as a ghost or a spirit. You know what I mean? I can't say that it's not. You know? Can't say that it's not. But it's like shit. You gotta hang garlic above your doors. You know what I mean? Hang garlic above your doors. If you feel me, spiritual cleanse yourself in certain ways. You know, burn sage, you know, certain shit like that that keep evil spirits away. You feel me? Constantly say, protect me from evil, known and unknown. You feel me? Prosperity, protection from all evil, known and unknown. You get what I'm saying? You do what you gotta do to push them away. You know, I definitely had a few encounters. It's not crazy. It's just like when I was like a little kid, it was like a little ghost picture of like my great grandma inside my picture and stuff like that. But interactions and stuff, like I ain't really run into that much type of stuff because, you know, I don't know. Most of my people are I got a lot of people that's deceased and stuff, so that stuff don't really like affect me. You know, I might hear some shit, but I'm not gonna be like, you know what I mean? Oh, it's some shit, but I don't know. That's just me personally. Like I'm a spiritual person for sure, and I do believe in them things as well, but I just said this, how he was telling the goddamn story and his experience and shit. I would have thought he was high too. Shit. Tell him take that story to an officer, and they gonna ask if he high or not. That shit is true. Are you feel me? It's crazy, but it's true. It's crazy, but it's true though. This shit insane. But yeah, y'all. I love the debate today. Mr. Ballin was legit Navy SEAL, so little stuff don't scare him. Shit, how he was talking in that story, Justin, I would think different. You know? But shit, I can't say how I would encounter a ghost because I haven't encountered a ghost. You know? But yeah, we got to get up out of here, family. I'm going to chop it up with y'all tomorrow. Big W stream tonight, man. Y'all stay blessed. W Mr. Ballin video, always. Yeah, I gave it a like. You know, he's steady coming with them bangers, you know. Definitely love the progress that he's gotten so far as well. You said I was not there though? Yeah, but shit, I ain't no sissy either. I ain't scared of no goddamn demons or no spirits. Don't get that mistaken by a long shot. You know? Don't get that mistaken by a long shot. These encounters ain't gonna have a motherfucker office, so you know you gotta face your fears. You gotta adapt to your environment. You know what I'm saying? I done seen some shit. You know? It's all about that mental thing, you know? Every man is just a man. Not every man is, you know, every man can be hurt as well, you know? Everybody not invincible. So like motherfucker gotta go through that experience to be able to tell their side of the story, you know? But I give props to Mr. Ballin though. For sure. W stream. Where my Alright, y'all, I'm gonna get with y'all later. Adaptability is #1, that's for sure, yeah. You gotta go through that. You gotta go through that storm if you're going through that storm. You feel me? You can't turn to a coward. Gotta see what's going on.